Mm. Hello, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Hope your day's going well. If not, I hope it gets better. Oh my god. Welcome in Helldiver, welcome in Yurkun, welcome in Bako, welcome in Kali, welcome in Julissa. I think I didn't miss anyone. Hi. God damn it. Am I really? Hold on. No, it says it's getting, hold on. Mike. Hello. Mike. It says it's connected. Oh, you're mean for that. Oh my gosh. I'm good. Had a job interview. Yo, I hope it went well, Pog. Oh my gosh. Why do you just... Well, I trust you because he's around here. Hello. He's here often. And then same thing with the Wukalism. So really it's just like, well, they're always there, you know? And so I automatically trust him and then I'm like, wait a minute. Well, I was more trusting of Year because he rarely does that. Well, with the exception to all the like, look here, if you eat string cheese off your toes, you know, stuff like that. You know, cheddar, right? Yeah, I do. Oh man, I love them, but why? Yeah, you're not wrong with that. Oh my gosh, but yeah, we're here, we're in. Oh my gosh, I have very exciting news for y'all. Okay, like I'm so excited. Okay, so y'all remember that I have a garden in the back, right? And that, like, you know, me and my dad, we do gardening and we plant a bunch of stuff and we had potatoes planted back there, right? Well, one of the plants finally like died off and stuff, right? And so once the greenery dies off, you're supposed to pick them, right? So we went there, we picked it, and the strangest thing, right? If anyone knows anything about potatoes and them growing, here, let me run a poll a bit, but like, let's see, how many potatoes, how do I spell potatoes? Grow from one plant. We'll do 1, and then we'll do 5 to, we'll do like 7, or we'll do like 30. Nah, like 15. There we go. Let's see, how many of y'all know about potatoes? String cheese hot toast, I wouldn't say something that crazy. You would. You absolutely would. Yeah, on TSI. Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw it. He posted a picture of him like all geared up. It looked really cool. That's insane. Ooh, actually, I don't think I have water at all. Hold on. I don't think I have water at all in my room today. Finished all my water. Oh god, there it is. There's my water. Anyway, I have a couple water bottles in there. Hold on. Oh wow, I have so many, like, not finished water bottles. Oh my gosh. Yep. Excuse me, Grandma, it's time to tuck you into your bed. I'm not old. I'm assuming you're talking about me. Maybe we're talking about Baku. Yeah, Baku, yeah. Come on, Grandma, let's get you to bed. Grab potatoes before, so I'm wrong. If I'm gonna cry, I'm going with 7 because my lucky number. You mean, Grandma? I missed a lot, didn't I? Had a weird aftertaste, but it's water. I have so many water bottles in my room. They're all empty. It's because I'm supposed to use them. I'm supposed to cut them and like plant my other plants that I'm supposed to plant, but I haven't done it. Right? Okay, so I'm assuming everyone has voted in the poll because I'm ready to like move on to the next thing I was gonna say. Let's see, 100% say 7. And yeah, you would be right. The average tends to be about like minimum 5 to around 7, right? And of course the size differs depending on like how good of a seed potato you planted and like, you know, the environment and stuff like that, but usually you get like minimum 5, right? Well, we pulled up the plant. There was only 1 potato, right? Only 1, which is so strange. That like never happens. At most you get like, or at least you get at least 3, but they're like tiny, right? Like the size of tater tots. That's usually what you get. But this one was like decent sized, like not big, but you know, pretty regular sized potato, and it was just 1 singular potato. And we're pretty sure that we missed some, but we went back to check and like there was nothing. It was so weird. That never happens. So I don't understand what happened. Hold on, I have the picture. Let me download it. We took it out and my dad actually cooked it, and I have a half-eaten taco because I was gonna wait till stream started to be like, okay, I'm gonna try the potato, let's see how it is, but I got really hungry. Spoiler alert, it's really good. Potato Potato. There we go. I'm downloading it. You can just imagine Pep having one of those 24 packs. Actually, I don't. I have the packs in the kitchen, and then I bring like 4 every week or so, usually. Because by then, usually I need another one. Okay, where is it? It's gonna be here, and then right here. And it's just a regular potato. Hold on, let me make it small. Make it small. There we go. This is a potato that we got. This is it. We had like wiped off all the dirt and stuff, and so my dad cooked it. I would take a picture of my taco, but I feel a little conscious about it. It's a good taco, but I don't know. I'm scared of putting my food on the internet. Think of that video I sent you? I don't remember what video. Gonna water the potato. I think it's past that pet counter space revealed. Yeah, I've seen it before in the cake video thing. That's it. Well, not the exact same space, but like same counter, you know? Potato's pretty good. Doesn't have any weird flavor. It's good. Sorry. I gotta eat it before it gets cold, otherwise, you know, it'll be a waste of potato. But yeah, that's what I'm eating right now. My dad cooked some like egg with potato, so like it's really good. And in other news, sorry guys, I like gardening, so I want to talk about this. Oh my god, that's so good. So my mom, on Valentine's Day, she had like 3 plants, like 3 of those, what are they called? Like mini roses, right? And so she gave one to me. I think I mentioned it before too. Mini rose. There we go. And so I planted mine in like a little pot, and we're planning on transferring it later. But right now it's been in a pot, and like, listen, I like showing plants, so I'm like, hey guys, look at this. Hey guys, look at that. And so, in other words, here is my little rose. This is mine, and so I get to like prune it how I want it and stuff. I'm having fun. I don't know. It's been a while since like I've had any like thing that I don't know about that I'm just kind of learning as I go. You know what I mean? Female coming in with new water bottle and all the other water saying hello. Ah, I know exactly which one you're talking about. Yeah, that's basically how it is. I have like a few. Honestly, I'll bring a couple in, and then I'll have a moment after that where I'm like, I only want cold water bottles. And so, hold on, let me put away the picture. I realize I'm just like behind it. Oh my god. But like I'll bring 4 in, but they're room temperature, and then I'll be like, oh, well, I want a cold water bottle, though, because I'm eating. And so I'll get a cold one from the fridge, and I'll bring it to my room, and then the next day, I'm eating out in the kitchen. I'm like, oh, well, I want a cold water bottle for right here, so I'll get another one. And that happens, like, 3 more times, and I'm like, okay, no more. I have, like, a bunch in the room that I've kind of been finishing, but I just need to finish those. So I'll stay the rest of the week with, like, no new waters, and then I'll finish all of them, and then I bring, like, 4 more into my room that are lukewarm, and then the same thing happens. But, you know, it's fine. It's the cycle of life. Train it to walk? What does that even mean? Oh wait, I'm dropping a picture in Discord. Let's see. Female coming in. Love the green sofa. Green sofa? What's the green sofa? I'm confused. There's a flavor in this. I'm not sure what my dad put in it, but it's good. But yeah. Those are my roses. And so yeah. We got like, so my dad worked in the morning, right? Then whenever he got out, he came back, and then we dug up a row by our fence, and we put like corn planted there. Did you know apparently you're supposed to plant 3 seeds per like planting or whatever of corn? I figured it would just be 1 because like if it grows, you know, if all 3 grow, that'll be an issue. And that was kind of an issue that we had whenever we planted our tomatoes. We put them in the like little thing, right? And we looked at it and it said like, oh, put like 3 per hole, right? Like max. And we were like, ah, well, let's put 4, but the seeds are kind of small, so we ended up putting kind of like 5 per hole, and we ended up with like 5 to 7 per planting thing. I'm not sure how we ended. I think it's because like, I don't know how we ended up with that many plants in there, to be 100% honest. I think, did we really go that wild with planting it? I thought we like followed the instructions pretty closely, but we ended up with like quite a few tomato plants. And so it was kind of like a pain in the ass to take them apart in order to plant them in like the actual garden bed, because we started them in like little pots, and then from there we transplanted them. Whew. Is it weird if my hot chocolate lukewarm temp sometimes? I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's good. I can't drink lukewarm stuff. I keep hearing, stop making jealous of potato. In my defense, it's really good, and I just like to verbally enjoy my taco, my potato, I guess. Sorry, I didn't eat a lot today. I woke up, I had a pack of cookies, and then, man, I could not focus at all today. It was so bad. Holy shit. So, firstly, this all starts last night. Nobody told my dad, but I could not sleep, right? Because he started snoring, and he snores really fucking loud. And it got, like, way louder than normal. And so I could not sleep. So I was like, well, I don't feel like I was that productive yesterday. So I'm gonna make myself super productive. And so, since I'm awake at night, instead of, you know, wasting time on social media and stuff, let me go actually work, right? And so I started drawing on, like, some stuff that I need to get finished, right? And I was up till like 4 in the morning because my Apple Pencil was like at 5%. No, it was at like 10%, I think, right? And I was like, okay, I think my Apple Pencil dies like pretty fast. So once my Apple Pencil dies, then I'll go to bed, right? That, or if I get tired enough, right? Whatever comes first. Turns out I would get tired first before my Apple Pencil died. My Apple Pencil was at like 5% by the time I called it the night, but it was like hours after. It was crazy. Oh man. Oh, is the duck coming? Should be coming. Let's see. Sounds like backseating. Listen, it's like, I don't know. I get bored just sitting there, you know? So I was like, oh. Because, like, okay, I would fall asleep, right? I'd be asleep. And then I'd, like, boom. Like, I'd just wake up. I'd just wake up again. And I'm like, oh, I want to go to sleep, though. And, like, sometimes I would get super comfy and I would, like, knock out. And then, like, I'd be probably asleep for, like, 20 minutes and then I'd wake up. And it's the most infuriating thing ever. I just want to sleep. Ah, there's that one. No duck came. That's so strange. I'm perplexed. What if I don't squish? What if I don't squish? Actually, hold on. I have an idea. I have an idea on what I can check. Yeah, I don't know. I think my stuff's broken, but I'm not sure how. Which is so weird, because I kind of fixed it, supposedly. No squish? Yeah, I guess not. I can... Well, that's working, but no squish. Duck strike fail. We'll get him next time. Oh, man. That's weird. It usually works. I would have to, like... It's not off, is it? Hold on. Hold on. Now I'm checking stuff. No, it's on. I don't know. That's weird. I didn't touch anything of that. Did I? Let me double... No, because that's on. I have no idea. It should be... Yeah, it would just be that other thing. But yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, but I couldn't focus, right? And so I stayed up late, and then I woke up kind of late, right? And then I was like, okay, well, you know, I'm kind of a little bit tired, so I'll eat breakfast while watching TV, and then after that, you know, at least I'll feel like somewhat, you know, like happy or something, and that'll encourage me to work more, right? So I started watching the Netflix series Kim's Convenience Store, right? And I don't know, I think it's kind of funny. I enjoy watching like a lot of slice of life stuff. Is it called slice of life whenever it's like real life shows and stuff? I don't know, but I enjoy watching those. And so, like, man, it got me crying like 3 different times. And, like, it wasn't even that much of an emotion thing. It was just, like, thinking, like, oh, if I were in that situation, I don't think I could make it. And I would just, like, start crying. And I was like, oh, I hope nobody sees me cry. Because, yeah, it was just, like, me. My dad was in the garage hanging out with, like, his roommate. And I was just, like, there in the living room. And I was like, oh, I hope they don't come in. I hope they don't come in. I don't want to be seen crying. Oh my gosh, but yeah, it was fun. So I was watching that. What am I talking about? Oh yeah, so I watched that, and then I stayed on watching that for like a little bit longer than I should have. And then I hate it whenever I do that, whenever I sit down and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna do this for a little bit, and then I stay on longer than I should, because then a lot of time passes and I'm like, oh, I wasn't productive at all today. And then I get really angry with myself, and then I have to like always finish things at the last minute, and I hate doing that because it's so like, ugh. It gets tiring, you know? I would like to be the type of person to get my work done ahead of time. but I'm not. I don't do that. I just like, always, every time. It's been very rare that I like get my stuff done like super duper early, because I think it's a little bit of like, I'm not even sure what the specifications are to get it done, so it makes me like even more worried, you know? Man. I should probably like cover my face, but I'm scared that the model's gonna do something crazy. But in an effort to focus more, what I did was I turned on my speakers, right? And I put on some music, but I was like, oh, I might focus on the music too much. So I put on one of those like freaking 1 hour of crowd speaking, right? Because I thought maybe like, oh, maybe if I trick my brain into thinking like I'm somewhere in public and there's nothing else to do when you're in public except do whatever you brought to do. So maybe I'll force myself to work that way. Turns out I don't do well in very talkative areas because I couldn't read, because I was doing like this test thing, right? I have another story based on that, but I was doing this little test thing and I can't read when there's so many like voices and stuff, so it was fucking horrible. I had such a big headache because I was like, oh my god, there's so many people talking, I can't read, the voice in my head is too quiet, so I had to start like reading out loud and stuff, and I had to like lower the people talking. It was just not great. And then eventually like I turned them off, and then like at that point even the music was too loud for me, so I like turned off the music and I sat there in silence just reading, which like I usually don't like doing. So yeah, it was really bad for me to have to turn off everything. Oh my god. But speaking of which, on the test, right, it was for this position that I was applying for, and they were like, oh, well, you know, do some training, and then from there take a test, and then from there, like, we'll see, right? I've told y'all before, the training was so boring. I was glad to finally be at the end, right? They sent me an email yesterday, and they were like, hey, you know, here's the link and stuff, and here's what to expect, and yeah, okay. And I was like, okay. They were like, oh yeah, it might take a couple of hours. And I was like, okay. But they said it could be done in multiple sittings, so I was like, okay, you know, I'll do a bit today, a bit the day after, a bit the day after, and then, you know, I'll get it done eventually, right? That was my plan. So I was like, okay, let me work on it for like maybe an hour, but I was kind of tricking myself into doing like as much as I could before I finally like was like, okay, no more. So I was doing it, right? I was answering the questions, and I was like, okay, I think this one, I think this one. They sent me an email. When they sent it, they were like, hey, it's an open book test, right? They, like I said, it right in there, open book. But they didn't have like a link or anything to like, don't forget there's a book or something like that. And it wasn't like a specific thing where they said like, oh, this is a textbook you'll be using. They just kind of like had one link that I cannot for the life of me remember where I would find it. But every now and then it would be like, refer to the guide or something like that. And it would be like a hyperlink thing. And I would click there, and it would be this whole PDF that would have like a bunch of the answers and like the guidelines and stuff. Oh my god, I couldn't find it during the test, and so I just like did the test on my own or whatever, and eventually I got to a point, and it like literally just said like, this task is no longer available, and I was like, what does that mean? I'm not done yet, why is it doing that? And I was like, maybe I did, maybe I miscounted and I finished the test, and you know, they're taking it to grade, right? So I was like, okay, sure, whatever. I exit the test, right? And, you know, I wait a bit, and like an hour or so later, I get an email. And I was like, I think I still have it. Hold on, here it goes. So it's like, this is for part 1 of the test, right? And I swear I didn't even get to finish it. And it wasn't timed either. It's not like, oh, well, you know, I ran out of time, so it just like kicked me out, kind of. It says, thank you for your time and effort spent on completing part 1 of the exam. Unfortunately, you have failed at this stage. The recruitment team will be in touch with you if you qualify for another attempt. I failed the test before even finishing it. I didn't even know that was possible. I thought like, cause it said like, oh yeah, you'll submit it, and then from there, they'll like, it'll take a couple of days for them to get back to you. Like, it's just so strange. What do you mean? I didn't even fully submit it. But apparently I failed so bad. Welcome in, Blue Foxy. Oh my god, the best way to take care of a boring test is to listen to really epic music. I could be like doing the most mundane thing while jamming out. Yeah, I do that too, but sometimes like, I get too into the music, you know, like I like to listen to Epic the Musical a lot, and like a couple of other songs too, and I'll like start memorizing the lyrics and I listen to them so much, and then I like focus more on that, and then it's just, I don't focus on any of the words. Yikes. Yeah, yeah. It's really bad. It's really kind of embarrassing, right? Because like, thus far in my life, I've always thought like, yeah, you know, I'm pretty good at tests, and I learn pretty well, but it's almost like, I don't know, my neurons are fucking dying on me or something. Because, I mean, it's not that I struggle to learn, right? Because, you know, I've learned like a decent amount in terms of like setting up stuff for streaming and, you know, figuring all that stuff out. Because there's a lot of technicalities to it, right? So I haven't had trouble with that, right? So on the one hand, I feel like, no, I haven't lost my touch. I'm still good at learning. But on the other hand, that was one of the most difficult things I've had to learn. Because the thing is, I think it should be fine to say. It was like a page quality rater job thing, right? So what that does... Actually, hold on. Let's move over to... Do I even have it? I should have it. I just don't know where it is. Here, we'll move over here. There we go. And hold on. Let me change the music. I'm getting tired of this music already. Okay, this one. And then... It would be this one. Okay. Okay, that should be fine. Oh, that is so loud. There we go. Maybe a little bit less? I don't know. Let me know if the music's too loud. But whatchamacallit it? What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So basically what you do is whenever a algorithm, or not algorithm, but like a search engine, right? They need people to go through and make sure that like the algorithm, whenever it updates, is doing a good job and stuff like that in terms of like pulling up stuff that needs to be pulled up for, you know, people searching things, right? So whenever you search up, I don't know, Katy Perry birthday, right? Someone would go in and they'd like look at all the results and make sure, okay, this is stuff that would make sense, you know, for someone looking for that. Like, what are they looking for? Okay, they're looking for maybe information about Katy Perry, specifically stuff that has her birthday and stuff like that, you know? And so you go through and you look at the quality of the page and the, like, does it meet your needs, right? So essentially, like, does it answer your question and is it presented good, right? Because there's some websites that are, you know, AI generated where, like, it doesn't really make sense the way it's read, or it's just scams and links and, you know, stuff like that. And so, like, that's what I was training for, right? And so you would think it would be pretty straightforward, but there was a lot of, like, gray area in it because it was, like there was this one, right? It was kind of like an exam thingy. And it was like, oh yeah, so someone searches up from this area and they're like, what is it, like symptoms of heart attack or something like that, or like, I think I have a heart attack or something like that. And I was like, get this man to a hospital. What do you mean we have to, like, oh, well, this is the perfect thing for the intent, you know? And so I had to search through and I was like, well, anything that would have like the hospitals around him would probably be good. And, you know, anything medically certified and stuff. There was one case where I forget what domain it was, right? Because a way that they used to assert the page quality is like if it's a reputable site, right? So like National Institute of Medical Health will be something where it's like, okay, yeah, this has a good reputation, so it's rated highly, right? And, you know, same for like Wikipedia or like, I don't know, what's that, United Nations website, right? Those would be rated highly because they're, you know, big institutions that are very, like, have a good reputation, right? One of the like medical thingies or whatever, I was like, oh, this is like really well known, so it should be rated the highest. They were like, no, no, it's not. It's only rated like good. I was like, what do you mean? And they had no reason as to why it wasn't the highest. They were just like, so it was a lot of gray area. But yeah, whenever I clean, I put on a playlist of my favorite songs and we'll clean. Any task I hate doing will be a game. I do dance breaks. Nah, see, I can't do that. I get too tired and too focused at the same time. Like, I'll focus too hard and then I'll notice my back hurts. I'm like, no more. I still need to, like, sweep my room and take out, like, a bit of trash. I mean, I don't keep too much trash. I'm not, like, you know, I'm not like those streamers where they're like, oh, yeah, look, I have soda cans and this and that. No, my room's, like, relatively clean. It just has a lot of stuff in it. By that, I mean, like, anytime that I take notes or... I have a lot of note-taking devices here. I'm always forgetting things, so I like have to write things down. But then I'm like, oh well, that one's full of that, so I shouldn't write that there. I can't write it over there, and I lost that notepad, so let me use this one. You know? Oh man. Yeah, that potato's pretty good. Sorry. But yeah, so I failed the fuck out of that test, which is really strange. Really, really strange. I've lost my ability to learn. Buy more shapes and taste notes. Bye bye. That won't solve it. Yeah, cause like, sorry, hold on. I have food in my mouth. I have a lot of stuff, right? Cause I have like a little notepad that was initially made for video ideas, right? But I made this mistake of like occasionally I'm like, oh well, I guess I can write this because it's related to video content creation, right? No. No. Ah. Hold on, I have a bad idea. What was I gonna say? Hold on. Okay, that's all funky. Here we go. This one. Directory. Hold on, now I'm distracted. Should not have done that. No, actually. No, we'll do this one. This one, and let me double check that file path. Rate your bullet journal skills from 1 to 10, 10 being the best. It depends what you mean by bullet journal, because do you mean like those people that like keep diaries and stuff, or do you mean the people that just like write stuff down to remember? Because I just write stuff down to remember, so that means like for example, right, I have a little page of one of the notebooks where I was like, oh, I want to like come up with more combination ideas for like new outfits and stuff, right? And so here are some of the bullet points. Shorts, overalls, overall dress, question mark, long sleeve with vest plus collar shirt, right? So just very quick notes to jot down. So it's not really like, oh, you know, explain your idea and remember. It's like, no, I'll remember the idea. I just need like a couple of words to remember what idea I need to remember, you know? This one. Okay, yeah, this one should be good. Okay. Oh, wait, select folder. Okay. Oh my god. Hold on. That, do this. That should be fine. Okay, hold on. I have to move this to the bottom. Cause I was like, oh, I should put something back here. And I kept like procrastinating. So I'll just put that. Those are my like desktop screensaver things. Yeah, let's make that a little bit smaller. Okay. A little too small. There we go. That's fine. 1 minute, Pepper gone. Got to the big screen. Yippee! Mom, look, I'm on TV. Yeah, that works in my opinion. Right? So I'd say like maybe like 6, maybe 7. You know, because I do remember once I get stuff jotted down and like I go back to it, then yeah, absolutely. Like my system works. The only thing is because like if I'm at the supermarket and I get an idea, right? Then I write it down in my phone. And then if I'm at home and my phone's charging or it's dead or something, right? Then I'll write it down in a physical thing. But sometimes, like, since that little notepad, for example, it was specifically made, or I specifically said that, oh, it's going to be used for anything related to, like, you know, content creation, right? So that includes stuff like ideas for new redeems or ideas for drawings that I need to make or art that I need to make, you know, stuff like that. Or, like, future commission ideas, you know, stuff like, or future video ideas. That all gets, you know, kind of mixed up together. And because of that, I'm like, oh, well, you know, I'll take this out whenever I'm done, whenever I finish it. But I don't finish it. Oh, look at that huge space. Damn, that one's like huge. Right there. There we go. That should be fine. But yeah, so it just like gets confused. Hi, what we doing? We is yapping today. Certified yapping. I kept seeing memes today that were like me when my post yap clarity hits, and I'm like, I I don't think I have that. I only have that whenever I hang out with people. Because then it happens a lot because I'm like, oh man, I can't believe I said it that way. Man, I hope that they didn't think that I meant it like this because I didn't. I meant it like that. So like, I hardly ever get it. I don't get it with y'all because maybe I think a lot more. I'm always like, oh, well, yeah, I'm okay with them knowing this, you know, stuff like that. Please do that, Pep. Birthday saying you might need to do, what's TV art? Wait, what can I do for background? It should totally be, oh my god. Oh my god, for me, man, I've been placing your desk right in the middle of the train tracks. Listen, I just like the ambiance of being on the train tracks. Yay, we yap. Exactly. Look away for a second and there's a table now. Yeah. We moved. I have the whole setup here, the whole like chill setup. Oh man. But yeah, so like, I don't remember what I was, oh yeah. No, actually I don't remember what I was talking about. This isn't, I made a short about this. I don't know if some of y'all saw it, but it's like, oh, you know, a new streamer tip whenever you want to do a chatting, write down like little ideas that you have, right? Because here's the thing. This brings up another story. Let me write that down. Drawing, practice. Actually, we can cross that one out. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. What was I gonna say? Hold on. I forgot. Surprised you cleared the bitten crayons from last time, Pep. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean the bitten crayons? I don't eat crayons. Oh my god. Oh no, wait, those aren't bitten. Those are mint condition crayons. I remember the extra one. Ah, the short. Yeah. I wrote down the little things, the little like points or whatever that I was like, oh well, I did it. Okay, now I remember. I wrote down the little points that I wanted to talk about because here's the thing: when I'm not on stream, right, and the same thing happens for friends, right? So just know y'all are in some like vague spot between strangers that I'm comfortable with and friends, right? What is it? How do I say it? Whenever I'm not on stream and whenever I'm not with friends and I'll be home alone, I can yap for days. I'm like, oh, you know, and I'll like imagine scenarios, right? Like I'll kind of not role play, but I'll like put myself in. I'm like, okay, well, what do I want to talk about with them? And I'll think, oh, I could tell them about this. I could tell them about that. I could tell them about this. I could tell them about that, right? And I'll even sometimes start the conversation like, oh, what would that be like? How exactly would I tell them about that? And I'd be like, oh, you know, I'd say this is this and start with that. And then like, yeah, you know, this and that's an honor. I think so. Crayon's more like forbidden candy. Welcome in, Dan. Happy Tuesday. Oh my gosh. And so like, I start like, you know, mentally preparing myself for horror. No, I don't think it's horror. Preparing myself for like, you know, the entire yap that I'm gonna give, right? But then like, I don't remember it when the time comes. So like with my friends, this happens a lot where like, I'm like, oh, I want to tell them about this. I want to tell them about that. I want to tell them about the yippee. Tell them about this. Tell them about that. But I don't remember Homer. I don't remember enough. So whenever they do come, I'm like, I'll just like stay all quiet and I'll be like, hey, you know, how you been? And we just have like regular small talk. And sometimes I will remember like things every now and then, but not usually, right? And so the same thing happened earlier today. Or not earlier today. Well, a little bit, yeah, earlier today, but also yesterday too, right? How to do it? Okay. So there was this position that I applied for, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it, probably won't, but it was like kind of like you know those caricature artists, well, kind of like that, but they oriented more towards fashion sketch. And so they were like, hey, so in order to be considered for this position, you need to send us some sketches, right? So here's like some examples or whatever, and here's like some references. So we want you to do sketches of those, right? So I was like, okay. So I sent in 2, right? They only asked for 1. They said, oh, they sent in 1, but then like the message that they sent said like, oh, for all your examples. So I'm like, I'll do 2, right? And so I sent in 2. They haven't, you know, said anything back, but you do that. Wait, what? I've already prepared like 100 conversations that are yet to happen. No, like literally, I have so many bullet points that like I never even got to. That short is legit. I have a bunch of like abandoned things where I'm like, oh, I want to talk about this, but I try and like do it very seamlessly to where and I fail at this miserably, but I'm like, oh, you know, I go from topic A to, oh, actually, that reminds me, something from subject B, you know, stuff like that, and I just like interlace it because I like doing that, and occasionally I am able to pull it off, but it's very rare. Oh my god. Lucky one to just type random stuff, see if she reads it or makes a combo out of it. That could happen. That could happen. I forgot about the birthday points. Wait, what about the birthday points? Who's Dan? Sorry, Dan. Who are you? Oh my god, are you new? I feel like... I don't think I've seen Dan here before. I have an assignment due tomorrow. I have 3 slides left on Wednesday tonight, but might forget. You should go ahead and get that done. Let me give the bean points. Oh, we have to wait for him to get on the board though, because otherwise it'll keep failing, remember? We learned that with Helldiver. Yeah, that's the name. See, I remember. Oh my gosh. But so like it said to like, hey, you know, start sketching, and like this will essentially kind of like be your role. Like I did a bit more studying offline, or like off, like without the test thingy. So I was like, okay, what type of studio are they? What exactly do they do? And so I learned like a bit of this, a bit of that. And so I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, if I do get this job, I'll probably have to prepare for like either sitting in silence in front of people to draw them, or, you know, probably talking to them, right? Because that's probably going to be like the best way to approach that kind of job. So I was like, okay, well, let me pretend I'm talking to these people, right? Which I've never done, right? Because you know those tips that you get for like whenever you're streaming to, you know, 0 or 1 viewer to kind of talk to yourself. I mean, I kind of do that, but like they say, you know, engage it, like ask questions and stuff, and, you know, pretend that you're talking and somebody asks you a question like this, right? I'd never done that before, so I just kind of like, okay, well, you know, let me imagine. And it was kind of like talking to y'all, except I was talking to myself, and I held up the conversation for like a decent while. I held it up like a decent while before I finally like ran out of things to say. And it was just so strange because I'm like, I've become a lot more talkative, you know? But also, like, you know, there'd be moments where I'd be getting into it and I'm like, yeah, you know, this and that. And like, oh, what do you do? Oh, that's so crazy, you know, blah, 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 blah. Here's my opinion, blah, 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 right? And we'll be talking for a hot minute. And then, like, I stop and I realize I am by myself in the room talking to no one. And, you know, that hits. I don't know if that's what post-yap clarity means, but that's the kind of clarity that I get sometimes. Whew, man. Sometimes I genuinely wonder how you can this much without your throat being in pain. I think it's because, like, offline, I don't get a lot of opportunities to talk, you know? Like, even whenever, like, I was still, you know, having a life and touching grass a lot, I was like, because, like, I do touch grass, right? I'm a gardener, I touch grass, I touch a buttload of grass, but I don't talk with the grass, and at most, sometimes I'll get, like my head will get so loud that I'll kind of start talking to myself, you know. I know that, you know, the pandemic wasn't all that great, and people were like, oh yeah, you know, that was a rough days, you know, but I kind of enjoyed it because I liked whenever we had masks on, because whenever I would go to crowded places like, you know, Walmart and stuff for a grocery run, and it would be really loud, it would be the same as kind of like being in a party, except your mouth is covered, and so I would talk to myself while I was in those stores, because, you know, I'm kind of like, do I get this one or do I get that one, and I don't know, I just enjoy it, and so, like, touch too much grass. I'm talking way too much. Exactly, so I can get all up in that grass. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so like I think it's because like I don't talk that much, right? Because it's kind of like if you were to go to school, right? And you talk all the time when you're at school, but once you get home, like you just no talk, just silence. Man, before I started streaming, there's been days where like sometimes I'm like, did I even talk at all today? And so, you know, as you start getting a life, it definitely changes, but like after that, I don't know, it's just, I don't know, maybe I'm just built to yap. Was it born to yap, forced to talk to myself? Oh my gosh. But yeah, okay, I can scratch that one off. I have little bullet points. I don't have too many. But yeah, so I was just talking to myself, and I enjoyed it. I had a pleasant conversation with myself. I'm a pleasant conversationalist, but only with myself. Because God knows that if I went in public, I would actually be too scared to talk to half the people. I don't know, I'm just like, what if they don't want to talk to me? What if they feel bad today, you know? I think growing the potato was worth it. That's delicious. It still has a lot of flavor, even though it's cold. So good. What did I miss? Why is everyone giving each other points? Honestly, I don't know. I was yapping for like 5 minutes and then I zoned back into what are they saying? And it's just like, give me points. No, give me points. No. I'm scrolling up and I still haven't seen it. She has a yapper's degree from Yapper and Helldiver. That's fucking funny. I didn't see it, but I see it now. Let's see. Don't know what your mind would classify as in between strangers and friend acquaintances. Because, like, acquaintances still feel like strangers. Like, they're more formal strangers, if anything. I have a harder time talking to acquaintances, right? Because those are the people that, like, you know, your classmates that are going to see you more often. So you have to, I don't know, in my head at least, you know, keep them having, like, a pleasant opinion of you. Because if you, if you, like, do anything weird or something, they'll always think of you as like the weird kid or something like that because you're going to see them so often. So like strangers I feel like are a little bit easier because like even if they think like, oh, she's a little bit crazy, she's a little bit goofy, they'll still like, you know, you're not going to see them again, so it's really not that big of a deal. And then friends, you know, like they know, right? So y'all are like some weird vague moment between there, you know? It's very strange. So I guess it's okay. Pep, ban this man. Who am I banning? I'm confused. Man, y'all are so incoherent. Holy shit. Alright, I give up. I think I'll just like ignore y'all for the next 10 minutes. I'll just yap to myself. What's going on? Why are y'all trying to giving me points? Well, I mean, you started it, didn't you, Baku? No offense, you know, but like, I am a very, what's it called? I believe in justice, you know? I think you started, Pep. I love you. He's being mean. It's apparently Toss? Who's Toss? Who's Toss? What? Yeah, Baku started it. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can cross this one off too. There we go. Let me see. Oh yeah. This was chaos for real. Baku's a lot more chaotic than we anticipated. They really do mean it when they say it's a quiet one. You gotta be careful. Not tossing with the ball back and forth. I think, at least based off what Uni said. Oh, okay, so they're just like throwing points around. They're playing hot potato with points. It's really funny. Oh my god. Oh my god, Baku's gonna drown in points. The economy is booming, but only one way. Oh my god. But yeah, I never even finished. I was saying this way earlier. So my dad got home, and then we went and we like, or he, because you know, he was. I was gonna make this joke. I totally forgot that I thought of this whenever I was outside because he does a lot of the heavy lifting, right? Because you know I'm just a tiny little guy, and no way can I hold any type of machinery. And it's not true. It's just like I kind of use that to my advantage because sometimes it's, you know, a little heavy and a little like, so I don't want to do it. So I kind of just like, yeah, okay, sure. And I don't say anything, and then they do it, right? But he was playing Minecraft in real life is what I was gonna joke about. But he had a pickaxe, and so he was making like a little trench or whatever. Not a trench, but you know, like a little bit of a what's it called, like a row to plant stuff in. And so we planted corn, and we also ended up planting some melon seeds. We weren't supposed to, but he was kind of like, because he wanted to plant. Okay, so we bought 4 different breeds of corn, right? Because there's different types of corn, and so all of them are sweet corn, but we bought 4 different varieties, right? And so I was like, oh, well, which one do you want to plant? He was like, I don't know, which one do you want to plant? And I was like, well, this one is supposedly the sweetest, because like I looked up all of them, right? Because like there are some corn that like aren't meant to be eaten, like they don't taste good, they're not sweet, and they're meant more to be dried and, you know, used as this. And we bought the ones that we bought before knowing that. So I was like, shit, is any of this sweet corn? And the good thing is all of it is sweet corn, which, you know, we eat sweet corn, so I was like, okay, cool. But since you didn't see it earlier, you should make the background totally amazing furry art I made you. Joke, please don't do this even if it's funny. Yeah, I won't. It freaks me out a little bit. So that's why I just went for neutral, like, basic photographies that I took in VR. But yeah, no, I did see it earlier. I thought I read it. My bad, I didn't read it. I read it in my mind. Wrong audio channel. Oh my god. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, so we brought 4 different varieties and we ended up planting one, and he was like, why don't we just plant all of them? And I thought about doing that at first, but apparently, right, so corn, you know how it has like those classic little, like, how is it? Like little things at the top, right? Like at the very top, there's kind of like these, they kind of look like olive branches. Like, you know, whenever they have like Roman emperors and they have like that kind of leaf crown or something, they kind of look like that. They kind of look like that, but they're at the top of the corn row thingy. I don't even know, corn plant, right? So that's the like male part of the corn. And then, you know, corn silk or corn hair, the hair that's always on corn. Lack of elephant shrews in the background. Oh, so true. Should have added an elephant shrew. Oh my gosh. So, like, funny thing, so each kernel of the corn cob, right, is supposed to be pollinated, and each one of the corn hairs is attached to one of the kernels. So what's supposed to happen is that the corn plant will blow in the wind, releasing the pollen from the male part of the corn, and then it will fall onto the corn hairs of each individual corn cob, and then from there it'll fertilize each individual kernel. And so that's how you get corn. And whenever like one of the hairs isn't pollinated, that corresponding kernel will be like, you know, like unexistent because it didn't get pollinated. Isn't that insane? I didn't know it worked like that. But yeah, and so what this results in, right, is that if you plant a bunch of different varieties around each other, they will cross-pollinate. And while for most, what's it called? For most plants, this isn't an issue. With corn, okay, with other plants, it's an issue, but really only for next year's crops, right? So like the plants that are already there are already like set for like their genetics or whatever, which is like of the original plant, but whatever they get pollinated with, that'll affect next year's crops. Well, for corn, they affect that year's crops. So if the hybrids, you know, like mix or whatever, or not the hybrids, if the genetics mix of the 2 different varieties, or the different varieties, we have 4 different varieties, but if they had mixed, then they would affect the corn. And the thing is, for me at least, I don't know much about corn, I just know that all the varieties that we have are sweet corn. I think this wouldn't be a problem, but also I've never grown corn before. My dad has grown corn before, but he doesn't know much about like, oh, this variety, and like which one's the best, and like what exactly are the differences, right? So we're kind of both flying blind here. So I told him like, oh, well, let's stagger the planting, right? Because I also recommend that. It's also good for like what's going on, the more you know moment. Yeah, exactly. I'm ranting about corn. Passing points around that I don't know why we're talking about corn. See, this is why you should listen to the streamer in a stream, because then you get to learn about corn. Be happy in a normal way that you say this. Cookies, vinegar. Hi, Godzilla. How are you doing? Hope your day's going well. If not, if it's better. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, happy Tuesday. Cloves are good. Cloves? Cloves of what? Like garlic? We fucked up with the garlic, but let me add that to the list of stuff that I want to talk about. Hold on. Put it right here. Garlic. Okay, there we go. But yeah, so it's also good to stagger plant, because whenever you harvest, if you have too much of a harvest and you don't have enough people to give it to, then you end up with just a lot of produce. That's, you know, not good, because it kind of goes to waste. So, you know, I was like, oh, you know, it'll work for this, and also so that, like, they don't cross-pollinate, and then from there, like, I don't really know what the issue would be, but there might be an issue, and so let's just, like, avoid that. Welcome to the... Oh, he got the rare welcome. That is so crazy. Welcome to the peppers. I, like, actually updated all the subscription and member and all that notifications. So, yeah, I fixed it. Finally. It's been way too long. The rare welcome, exactly. That one's, like, literally put on very rarely, so... Like, that's super rare. Oh my god, I would love so hard if they can't give points anymore. Did you watch Interstellar? All the corn they had the guts to be unhappy and great. No, I have not seen Interstellar. Is that a movie, or... I'm assuming it's a movie. They help the crops. Let's see. No, just clovers and cloves. Oh. I don't know what cloves are, but I know what clovers are. Let's see. You fix it the second my subscription runs out. No, I mean like as in the notifications and all that. Yeah, because there wasn't... Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I just got a notification from like Telenim, right? Yeah, y'all remember Telenim? That one thing where like you could go and tell me about... Or you could just like ask me questions and stuff, and then from there I'll answer. Which I do still like go through there occasionally, and I'll try. Recently I've been like answering a lot more because I'm like they're really piling up, and like the longer I wait to do streams of them, the more they're gonna pile up, and it's just really not good. And I felt bad because some of them had been like stewing in there for like 3-4 months, and so I was like, okay, let me get at least those out of here, right? So I went through and I started answering quite a few. My brother was watching me do it, and there were some of them. Actually, there were quite a few of them that were like, oh, I'm going to see my ex. What should I do? Oh, what's your opinion on when someone cheats on you? Oh, what's your opinion on, I don't know, this guy I have a crush on? And it's just like, no offense, y'all, but when did I become like a relationship advice person? I suck at relationships. I don't know. I specialize in dating sims, y'all. I touch grass in the garden. In the garden, I struggle to talk to people. Why are y'all coming to me like, no hate, right? And like, my brother helped me out answering quite a few of those questions, because he, I don't know, he goes to a therapist, right? He's like, he knows a little bit more, right? And I'm always just like, oh, you know, communicate. And if you don't like a person, don't be with them. It's that simple, right? And like, you know, not a lot of people share that opinion, but some of the questions sometimes that I get, I'm like, just don't be stupid. Just don't be stupid. If you were my cousin, if you were my brother, and I was advising you, which is how I try to talk to y'all sometimes, just don't be stupid. It's that easy. And I say that because I don't have any, like, actual experience of, like, oh, well, you know, trying to tell a person face to face that. It's like, oh, well, I know that's a different thing, but still, like, just don't be stupid. But yeah, stop coming to me with those issues, guys. I don't know. Send a funny meme. Break up with them in a meme if you really want to. I don't know, man. And I see so many of them, and I'm just like, you know what? This is why I don't come here that often. And then there's the occasional ones that like make me laugh. It's like, hey, baby girl. Hey, pretty lady. If you want something serious, text me on Snapchat. Add me on stuff. There was one that I got that was like, what's up with Snapchat? And I don't know what that meant. Like, what do you mean, what's up with Snapchat? What is up with Snapchat? I don't have a Snapchat. I never got into Snapchat. What do you mean? Is it going down? Is it getting rebought? Is something going on in Snapchat? Now I want to know. So the only thing I could respond was like, I don't know, I think it's like a ghost or something. Because like, that's their icon. That's all I got. That's all I know. I think you send like, do you send videos or pictures to each other? I don't know. What's up with Snapchat? I don't know. So yeah. Some of the tells, man, they make me think, okay? I don't like just respond to them like without thinking. Because sometimes I want to give like a very detailed response, but I'm like, this is a little too much. They might not want to hear this. So then I'll respond with a joke instead. Like, I think about what I'm going to respond. So like, think about what you're going to ask, please. What's the Sigma? What does that mean? Oh my god. Send them to me and I'll answer it. Let the peppers answer. That would be funny. Oh my god, we should do that. Y'all answer it. Oh my god. I wanna try, sounds fun. Let's see. Just say bibbidi bobbidi boo, I'm no longer dating you. Best way to break up with someone I've never played. Please don't do this. Only Twitter on Discord. Let's see. Hi Vanellope, happy Tuesday. No, the only way to break up is, hey there, mister, I'm dating you. What? What if they don't have a sister, though? Or what if they are the sister? What if... There's too many implications there. We're moving on. But yeah, I don't know. There's quite a few things that are always really funny to me. Oh my god. Why did I talk about telling him? Oh, yeah, because I got that notification. Oh my god. But yeah. So that was about corn and telling him, so let me cross those out. I think, yeah, I talked about the melon too. Yeah, so we had actually planted cantaloupe seeds inside one of the garden beds, right? No cantaloupe is sprouted. It's really weird. Instead, we have cucumbers, which, like, I didn't remember planting, but they're there. I mean, we had seeds for cucumbers, but I don't remember planting them there. I do remember planting the cantaloupe there. So a part of me is wondering if what we're identifying as cucumber is really cantaloupe. But I don't know. My dad seems really convinced, and he used to grow cucumbers back in the day. So you know, what is it? I believe him that, like, oh yeah, that looks pretty cucumber-y to me. Because when I look at photos of, like, you know, cucumber plant growing stages, it tends to match. So I don't know what they are, but because of that, we had extra melon seeds or whatever, and so my dad was like, fuck it, you know, let's plant those. And so now we have some more planted. So I don't know, maybe we'll end up with more cucumbers, because like we bought the seeds that you buy from like Dollar Tree and stuff, you know, like the little dollar packet seeds, because they tend to, you know, they still grow stuff, so you know, why wouldn't we want what is it, like, I think it was 4 packets of seeds for $1, which is like pretty damn good, you know, because seed packets usually at the like bigger stores, they sell them for like $3 each, right? And there is one website for anyone who cares enough to grow stuff, right? There is one website called hold on, let me actually pull up the website for you. Not pull it up, but like, you know, get the web address. It's called, where are you? I know you're somewhere here. I think it's like Dollar Seed something. Where is it? Here it is. It's dollarseed.com, right? And so what that is it's a website where they literally sell like packages of seeds for $1. And it's like, it's a pretty good deal for some of the stuff that you struggle to find, you know? So yeah, for anyone who wants that, again, dollarseed.com. Not sponsored, however, in case anyone is affiliated with them, hook me up, let me know, let me get a sponsorship. I can do a whole like live stream where I just plant stuff, I don't know. Oh my gosh. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, seeds. So we planted those, but we used the same package, like the actual ones that we got in Dollar Tree, like same type of packaging and everything. So who knows? Maybe they might sprout more cucumbers, or maybe the cucumbers that we think are cucumbers are really cantaloupe. I honestly don't know. Let me actually look that up. Hold on. Let's go on a field trip here. Not really, let's, because I'm just doing this. Y'all are just a part of it. Komodo dragon. So what's your favorite lizard pet? Favorite lizard. I don't think I really have a favorite. I don't have a favorite anything, I think. But if I had to choose one, I think I would choose... Hold on, let me look up lizards now. Because the only ones I can really think of is bearded dragon, Komodo dragon, and geckos. And, oh, geckos are pretty cute. Maybe geckos. Chameleons too, but honestly, I think they're kind of funky looking. They look like lizards that would be named Ned. Let's see. Iguanas too, I know those. Yeah, I'm gonna go with geckos. I don't know, they're funky little guys that I think are really funny. If not, what is it? The there's one that it's like it's horned. It's like a horned one. What's your least fifth liked color? That would mean I'd have to rank 4 other ones. Let's see. I tend to be pretty adamant that silver's my favorite color. And so going under that, I'll say pink, and then I'll say green, and then I'll say yellow, so then blue. Blue is my 5th least liked color. Holy shit, that was a tongue twister. Okay, what was I gonna look up before that? Oh yeah, growth stages of cantaloupe. Growth stages of cantaloupe. Pictures. Let's see. Maybe they are. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up a window for y'all so y'all can see too. Tools. Guest profile. There we go. And then window capture. Then I'll do this one. There we go. So, oh, I'm showing the wrong one. Whoops. Whoops. Nobody look. All y'all close your eyes. There we go.
Look here!
There we go. Perfect. Right at the desk, too. Oh my god. It should be this one. There we go. And now it should be... Yep, there we go. Okay. So... See, because, okay, I'm gonna type in Google, right? And some of y'all will be like, why is she typing in Google? What is she, a 40-year-old man? But here's the thing. If I just cantaloupe, if I just type it in here, it goes through Brave, which, like, isn't, like... I don't know, I like the way Google formats it better, so that's why I go Google, and then from there, I use Google search engine through Brave, right? Even though it's hosted by Chrome, so like in theory it should be the same thing, but I found like it's different. It is different. Cantaloupe, growth, stages, pictures. They're cute for real. Yay! This is Peppa Bees. Speckled black salamanders. I think let's see, I think that's what those are. Let's see. Copy. Paste that in here. Black salamanders. Oh, those are kind of cute. Oh my god. I love this actually. I love the lip polythene. Oh, they look like a they look like an uncle. I don't know how else to say that. But like they look like they would be somebody's uncle, you know? They look like a gecko's uncle. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what I was gonna show you, right? So I see this, right? And our plants do have those yellow flowers, right? And so here's the point of confusion here. Hold on. Google. And then from here, cucumber growth stages, right? And so if you look, you see like cucumbers have these, right? So this is actually the cucumber. I don't know if you can see it all that well. I think I can zoom in a little bit for y'all. Oh, that made it so small. So right here, right, you can see the little like hairs and stuff, and then there's the flowers. Well, our plant has that, right? But if you notice right here, it also has yellow flowers. So like I don't know. I don't know where it comes from. It looks like that. So maybe it's not? I don't know. I really can't tell. I don't know. I don't know if it's a cantaloupe or cucumber or not, but we're gonna have something growing. That's all I know. Let's see. This one. So I guess it is cucumbers because they look more like this, to where they're growing with the flower. They don't necessarily look like little this. So that's so strange. I don't know. So anyways, the new plant that we planted, it may just be more cucumbers if it goes the same way as it did last time, which it shouldn't, because like the package was very much labeled like cantaloupe. So I don't know. We'll see. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, and so earlier I mentioned like we fucked up with the garlic, right? So here's the thing. At one point, my dad was like cooking with garlic, and there were like a couple of what's it called? Like a couple of cloves, right? They're called cloves. A couple of cloves that had sprouted, and so we're like, okay. Well, I told my dad, I was like, oh, you could plant those, and it would grow a whole new a whole new garlic, right? And he was like, okay, and so he planted them, and so we've been watching them grow. And the thing is, we have something. We're starting to have something in the plants that, like, they bite a bunch of, like, they're eating a lot of the leaves. They're starting to eat our spearmint, and they were eating the garlic quite a bit. And, like, I think they're caterpillars, but we don't know what kind. And I've told my dad, like, oh, well, we could buy this bacteria that's, like, it's organic because it's naturally occurring. It's just, like, that specific bacteria. We spray that, we'll be good to go. But he's kind of, like, hesitant to buy it, so... We haven't done anything to treat for like the caterpillars and stuff. So, it keeps getting eaten, and our garlic kept getting eaten, right? But the way to know when the garlic is ready to go is that the bottom 3 leaves turn yellow, right? And here's the thing. Another important thing when growing stuff is you're supposed to plant it at the right time, right? Because some things you plant right before it gets hot because it loves whenever, like, it's more grown to be in the hot weather. Some stuff you grow more in the cold because it can't stand the warm weather, right? And they affect how they grow. I know this. My dad is maybe not the most convinced by what people say. And so he's like, fuck it. It goes in the ground. It's gonna grow. And then, maybe it does grow. Just maybe not the best. So garlic is supposed to be planted usually, I think sometime in September, November, because it's going to be grown during the winter months. I don't remember when we planted it, but I think we planted it like... I actually don't know. Now that I'm really thinking about it, I have no idea when we planted it. Maybe we did plant it at the right time. But either way, there's that. And then garlic is a loner. It doesn't like being like growing around with other plants, so it will not grow whenever it's around other plants. My dad, against my advice, put the spearmint in the ground right next to it. So it's kind of like growing all around it. Not super all around it, but like it is like they're neighbors. They're definitely neighbors. So one of them, it had like, the 3 leaves or whatever dead, but it was kind of like, it only had like about 3 centimeters of leaves, not centimeters, 3 inches of leaves or so, because like the rest had been eaten or something. It might be a raccoon too. I know we do have like a raccoon that comes around. I think it's only one because we haven't had too many issues, but I have seen it like a couple times. I think only 2 times, but we have seen traces of it too. It goes to the restroom and we can see it. Oh my gosh. But it might be that eating it, but we pulled it, right? Because, you know, it's like, oh, it should be good to go. Let's go ahead and pull it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find a picture of what it looked like when we pulled it. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I'm not seeing. Okay, hold on. I spelled that wrong. Okay, it looked like this. Like this one, to where it was just like really small. Right? Because you know garlic, they're supposed to be like pretty honking, like the size of a fist. Well, maybe a little bit smaller, like the inside of your fist, right? They're supposed to be like pretty big. It was like not even there. But it showed all the signs that it was like done growing, so that's why we pulled it. And like after we pulled it, my dad was like, I think maybe it needed more time, it wasn't ready. And I was like, maybe, but it showed all the signs, it should have been ready. So we put it back in the ground. I don't think it's gonna grow anymore. But like, yeah, it was like non-existent. Hi, ooh, Kaylism. How are you doing? Everybody's going well. If not, it was better. Happy Tuesday. I don't think I've said that entire greeting to anyone today. I apologize for that. I think I just said like Happy Tuesday. Welcome in. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm talking about garden. I'm yapping their ear off about gardening because I'm allowed to. Oh my god. But yeah, so either we pulled our garlic too early or we fucked up by planting spearmint around it. But either way, there was like still one more piece or one more thing of garlic that was planted. So maybe, you know, round 2, maybe it'll be good. But honestly, I'm not too convinced that it'll be much of a difference. My mom bought some berries for her garden a bit ago. Yo, what type of berries? Oh my god. My dad, he keeps saying like, oh, you know, we should grow strawberries, right? And like, whenever we first moved in, my friend gave him this like kind of what is it called, like housewarming gift or whatever, where like she knew that he wanted to get into gardening, so she bought him like a little kit, and it was for mint and strawberry, because it was one of those kits where it's like, oh, once you grow it, then you can make your own like lemonade and stuff, right? And so she bought him that. And he hadn't opened it and used it kind of like a box to to prop up the modem for the Wi-Fi. And so like finally once we started gardening, I like pulled it out from under there and I was like, hey, you know, you still have this, right? And like seeds don't really go bad. It takes like a really long time for them to go bad. So I was like, oh, you know, you could probably still plant it. But the thing is, like, I think I've said this before, no one really eats strawberries here, right? Blackberries. Doesn't mint grow like crazy? Gotta be careful. Yeah, mint, you gotta keep it contained. Same thing with spearmint and catnip, because they're all related. They're all of the mint family. And that's why I told my dad, don't put the spearmint in the garden bed, and he did not listen. And so now we have, you know, spearmint in the front garden bed. But to be fair, it's, you know, it's probably fine. It honestly hasn't spread too much. I mean, we have a decent bushel, but because we don't pick it that often, it hasn't been encouraged to grow. So, you know, we're kind of at like a standstill with the mint. Warning, spearmint can be very bad for cats. Yikes, good to know. I will not take my cats out to front. Yeah, if anything, we've just been thinking of like taking them to the back to like see how they react like with the garden, because they're very much indoor cats, because you know it's bad to have outdoor cats that are unsupervised because they can hurt the local bird populations and stuff. So that, and also I don't want to have to chase my cat down the street, so so that's why they stay inside. And for the most part, they've been happy. But every now and then, they'll be like kind of curious, like they want to go outside. But my son, he is scared of a lot of things, possibly scared of his own shadow. So, you know, he usually doesn't like to be adventurous. The other cat, however, Ginger, he occasionally kind of like fancies a little bit of like a flight of like, should I go out? Should I not? Should I go out? Should I not? He hasn't like necessarily tried to book it out. That's been a good thing about my cats. They never like, oh, I'm out of here, and like they run away. But they like have shown interest every now and then, and they do like looking outside, So like we've thought about kind of training them for leashes and stuff. And I bought the stuff to do it, but then I just like I never did it. So yeah, I mean they're used to harnesses, but they're not used to the leash part, and that's the main thing. If your cat flees, don't chase it. Walk nonchalantly by it. True. Gotta make them convinced like, it's fine. We're just out here for a walk, and they'll be like, can I come home, please? Oh my gosh. But yeah, I don't even remember what I was talking about, to be honest. The garlic and then the mint. Oh yeah, strawberries. None of my family really eats strawberries, right? Because like my younger brother does, right? And he's the only one of like that bunch. And then I have another younger sister that does too, right? But they don't eat it enough to warrant like ever really even buying strawberries. Anytime we buy, and not even like a big package, mind you, it's like a regular sized package of strawberries. Maybe if you're lucky, they'll eat half of it. Together, combined, they never finish the strawberries. So they stay there and they get moldy, and then we throw them out. And I've always told them like, hey, that's a waste of money. Stop buying them strawberries. And every time that I say that, they're about to buy strawberries. And they're like, no, but this time we'll finish it. This time there's nothing else to eat. So, like we will eat them, we want them as a snack. And sure enough, every time they stay there to rot. So it's just like on the one hand, I want to grow shit, right? I don't know. I like growing shit. So I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do it. But on the other hand, like, there should be no reason that we grow strawberries because we're not going to eat it. You shouldn't grow stuff that you're not going to eat unless you, like, have people to give it to. And that's kind of my plan if we do end up growing strawberries. Because, like, I refuse to work that hard to, like, study up and, get them growing to, like, have them rot there, So, I don't know where I'm going to do it. I'm probably going to walk around the neighborhood and be like, you want strawberries? We grew these, but my family doesn't eat strawberries. So you can have them if you want. They're all organic, freshly grown, homegrown, all that jazz. Oh man, we love strawberries. Send them our way. I'm gonna have to send them over to you, okay, Lizum? You were an even older maned wolf. Wait, what are we talking about? Just got back, heard my son, however. And then he said they were cats, and for a second I thought we had an even older maned wolf. Oh my god. I mean, I'm pretty old. Not that old though. I'm like decently old. I don't know where I was going with that. I was like, wait, what does it mean? Like, I have siblings. Some of them are maned wolves, and my parents are maned wolves. Oh my gosh, were the blackberries nice? Yeah. I've never actually had blackberries. I've had blueberries before, but not like traditional blueberries. I've had them in pancakes. Like, those like Lego, not Lego, Eggo. Are they Eggo? Why isn't it pronounced ego? I think it's because it has 2 G's, right? So Eggo, pancake, waffle, blueberry ones. Mainly the pancake ones that they sell at school. Not sell, that they give at school. Those. I liked those, but like, I don't know. For the most part, I would usually tend to eat around the blueberry spots because I'm not a huge fan of like the blueberry taste itself. I just like the way the bread tastes after being in contact with it. So maybe I do like the blueberry taste. I don't know. But I don't like blueberry muffins. Because I don't know. I think it's the texture. It has like a weird kind of crunch to it. But I've never had like just raw blueberries. So I don't know. I don't know. Oh my god. But yeah, I've never had raspberries or blueberries. No, not blueberries, blackberries. I was gonna say, what about purple berries? But I don't think that's a thing. We do have though a what is it, like a beauty berry bush or something like that. We got it from this like plant drive or something where it was like a local company or something, and they were like giving away free trees, and so we went in hopes of getting like an actual fruit tree that was, an apple tree or a pear tree and stuff like that. We didn't get there like super duper early, but we got there like on time. And it turns out we were not the only people who thought like, wow, I want a free fruit tree. There were so many cars there. We spent like 3 hours in line, and all we got were 2 bushes. one of them died, and the other one has not given fruit since we got it. And even if it did get fruit, the fruit isn't even that good. I looked it up, and it's like, you can make jam out of it if you want, but honestly, it's not really that good. And I'm like, oh, great. But it does make me happy to see it growing nonetheless, so I guess there's that. But like, yeah, I don't think it was really worth it to spend those 3 hours in the car. It was horrible. There were so many people that day. Oh my god, and we were all just like in one line in a car by the freeway. It was actually terrible. Oh my gosh. See, better than my sister. You should be lucky if they're there after a week. No, but that would be good at least, you know? Go to neighbors, boost your relationship points. Yeah, that's true, that's true. I would like to, like, I remember when I first moved in, I wanted to be the type of person to, like, oh, hi neighbor, we just moved into the neighborhood. I bake cookies, so, you know, I wanted to bring out a batch of freshly baked cookies. Let me know if y'all have any allergies or something, and then, you know, I'll whip y'all up a whole nother batch if y'all need to. You know, like, stuff like that, but, like, I didn't do it because, one, I was like, oh, well, I'm not even sure what cookies, and two, like, baking cookies is a whole nother process, and three, like, I was kind of scared of going to talk to them, so I was like, I'll do it later, and then, you know, we've lived here for 2 years now, so needless to say, later may still come. Maybe. One of our neighbors has already moved out. There's a new neighbor now. Oh man, our blackberries won't produce much this year. It's next year we'll get to have them. Oh, is that how they work? Oh, that's crazy. Let me live my life. They give you actual food. I need to give you a care package. It's multiple berries and veggies. Yeah, for real. Just send me seeds. Oh my god. It's so cool though. Did you know seeds don't... I think I already said this earlier, but I'm gonna say it again because I want to and because I like saying it. Seeds don't go bad. Or, not that they don't go bad, but they take like a really, really long time. They're kind of like canned vegetables, supposedly. I think canned vegetables don't go bad. Or at least they don't go bad for a while. So that's kind of the same thing with the seeds. They don't go bad for like a really, really long time. Like, there was this one video that I watched where it was this guy and he was like, hi, I'm gonna plant these seeds and I've had these seeds for like 7 years, so we'll see if they even germinate. And they did, and they grew a lot, and so he was like, wow. But yeah, so yeah, seeds don't, like, they take a while to die, like a really, really long time. Oh man, you know what I'm struggling to grow? I'm struggling to grow chamomile, right? So like, we bought a pack. So okay, so this started off with a fucking video that I saw on YouTube Shorts, right? And it was like, here's how to grow chamomile from the tea bags. And I was like, I think my dad likes chamomile. I have never tried to like chamomile. I've had it before. They call it manzanilla in Spanish, right? And so there was this drink that my grandma would always give us whenever we had any like pains or whatever, and it was called manzanilla, right? And so I didn't know that meant chamomile, so I always just thought like, oh, it's a nasty ass medicine called manzanilla. Found out years later it's just chamomile. So yeah, I don't think I really like the taste of chamomile, but either way, you know, I wanted to try growing it because I thought it was really fascinating that they were like, oh yeah, you know, you can grow it from the tea bags, because apparently the stuff in the tea bags is just like the crushed part of the flower, and that's where it has the seeds, so that's why they grow, supposedly. So what I did was I bought a mix from a local store, right? And it was literally just like chamomile, and it had like the whole flower, like some of the flower and stems and stuff in it. So I was like, oh yeah, this should definitely grow, right? All the seeds are in the flower, so it should still grow. So, you know, I sprinkled some over the dirt like it said to, and then I put it with the other tea plant that I told you about. If you follow my Twitter, I guess Twitter plug, then you know what I'm talking about. So like, I planted it in around the same conditions, but just like a bigger container. No sprouting. So I was like, okay, well, that's kind of weird. And for a while I kept them in the shade because I was like, oh, I don't want them to burn. It turns out this is a bad decision, because once I moved them by where we had planted a fig tree, the tea plant started immediately growing. The chamomile, however, nothing. So what I did was I dumped out all the chamomile stuff, and then I like re-put in the soil, and then I re-put in like chamomile with like just like barely any stuff to cover it. And it's been, I think, 2 if not 3 weeks, and nothing has sprouted. So I'm pretty sure, pretty sure nothing's gonna sprout. So I don't know what I did wrong. I'm probably gonna try like one more time, and if nothing grows from that, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the bag of chamomile I have. It's not a big bag. It was like 99 cents, and it's like a package of gummies from the store, right? Like that's about how big it is. But I'm just not sure what to do with it regardless. Oh man. Multiple berries and veggies. As much as I love your content, I will not touch X. What's X? What's X? Oh, X is Twitter. Okay. I don't call it X. I was so confused. Wait, I'm from the Midwest, United States. Random question: do you like sweet tea? I do, but not the traditional sweet tea. What I like is here. Let me show you. This one. I like this. This is the only type of sweet tea that I like. And I will die on that grave. I know there will be a bunch of pitchforks and torches and a lot of stakes in the heart and stuff, but I don't care. This is the only sweet tea that I like. The other sweet tea is too sweet. So yeah, and also, you know what? While I'm at it, since I'm already crucifying myself, I know some people, right? Because they also make tea bags of this, right? They're like, oh, you gotta boil the water, and then you gotta put the tea bag in it, and then you gotta soak it in there, and then you have to cool it down, and then you drink it as iced tea, and then it is so pungent, so flavorful. I don't do that. I don't do that. We grab a pitcher of water, regular room temperature water. We put the tea powder in there, mix it up, put it in the fridge. If not, we can serve it in a cup, put ice in it. That's it. No boiling water. Why would you make hot water when you're gonna serve it in cold water? That doesn't make any sense. So yeah. I had a friend who told me that. Oh my god. Same area and stuff. We grew up in the same area. And she, like, I went over to her house one day, right? I'd spent the night that day. And, you know, she was like, oh, do you want tea? And I was like, yeah, sure. And so she was making the tea. And I saw her boiling water. And I was like, why are you boiling water? And she's like, because that's how you make the tea. And I was like, that tea, right? And I pointed to, like, that container. She's like, yeah? What do you mean you boil the water? And she looked at me, she's like, what do you mean you don't boil the water? Why are you confused about this? You have to have boiling water in order to make the tea. And I was like, no, you don't. You grab room temperature water, you put the powder in there, you mix it up, you put ice cubes in it, or you put it in the fridge if you're going to drink it later, and then bing, bang, boom, you got iced tea. We had like a stare off for a hot minute. But yeah, sure enough, apparently there's a whole culture. Like, her mom was, like, very adamant, too. Like, yeah, no, you're supposed to boil the water because it helps the flavor come out. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense if you're British. They were not British. They were not British for for anyone wondering. Oh, my God. Lipton and Sprite, though. Ooh, that actually sounds like it would be really good. Oh, my gosh. Let's see. Now, I think that's sweet tea that my grandparents use. I love it. Right? It is so good. It's the taste of summer, legit. I'm on your friend's side personally, sorry, Pep. But like that's so much work. I didn't taste too much of a difference either when she made the tea with the hot water and stuff. And like versus how we make it, like hell, sometimes whenever we're even getting crazy, like we usually buy this whole canister, right? And so what we'll do is sometimes we don't feel like making a whole pitcher, or maybe the pitcher's dirty and like we don't really feel like washing it. So what we'll do is we'll grab, and we as in my family, right? This is a culture in my family. We grab a water bottle, right? Like regular, what are they, 16 ounces? Yeah, like about 16 ounces. And we mix in, like, I think a tablespoon it is. And we shake it up. And we just drink it like that. Because it's the same thing, you know? I like my tea to be warm. No, but, like, see, that's a different thing. Like, warm tea, I get is its own thing. Which I have never gotten too much into. The only other tea aside from this tea that I like is, this tea. That's the only other tea, which I think barely counts as tea, in my opinion. Because I don't even know what goes in it, to be honest. I know it's milk, but I don't know what type of tea, because, you know, there's milk tea, so obviously there's tea in there, but what type of tea? I don't know. Google has an answer. It's still getting back to me. Look. What tea is in milk tea? Let's see. Here we go. Oh, okay, it's chai tea. Apparently I like chai tea. There you go. Oh god, the way you make tea seems like heresy in the Midwest and the South. Hearsay. Wait, so you use hot water too? Why? How do you prepare Kool-Aid? Same way ever. Y'all don't boil the water for Kool-Aid, do y'all? You boil water for Kool-Aid. What is the proper way to make Kool-Aid? They do boil water! Oh, let's look at Quora. That's like old people's Reddit. I use hot water until it reaches half the container, then stir in cold water for the rest. Oh my god, people use hot water for their Kool-Aid. Oh my god, no we don't. For love of all, there's 2 types though. What do you mean 2 types? Oh my god. No, you don't boil the Kool-Aid. That alone should put you in prison. Yeah, like not boiling the Kool-Aid, but I mean like the water used to prepare the Kool-Aid, right? So before, like pre-mixture of Kool-Aid packages. Cause for me, what I do, or at least this is the way my aunt would make it, okay. My aunt always had the good food, right? She had, you know, so my mom was always like, hey, we need to eat, like, at least a little bit of healthy. And for a while, she was trying to get me to eat salads, right? And I'm talking about whenever I was, like, maybe 6, maybe 7. So, like, of course I didn't want to eat salads. And after one particularly long night where she was like, you will not leave the table until you're done with your salad. And I did not leave the table. I stayed there for a decent while. I fell asleep at the table until my mom was like, okay, I give up. Go. And I lived and I did not finish the salad. I tried to too. I really tried. And she was like, here, you know, try it with the dressing. And I was like, oh, the dressing tastes good. And so I filled the plate with dressing to where it was just like a swimming pool of dressing with like some lettuce floating in it. But I didn't touch the lettuce. And then eventually I got sick of the dressing flavor. So, you know, it kind of made my issue worse because now I just had like a shit ton of salad dressing and barely any salad. And I didn't like either. And then I was like, So I just like sat there. But anyways, my aunt was the one who made the Kool-Aid, and she would buy chocolate milk, you know, like already pre-mixed, right? But how she would do it is, you know, a pitcher of water, and then she would put in the Kool-Aid, and then she would put in like a certain amount of sugar, and then she would mix it, and then boom. That's how you make Kool-Aid. That's how I was taught to make Kool-Aid. However, at our house, like we maybe had like 1 year of drinking Kool-Aid, and then she was like, okay, no more Kool-Aid because it's really unhealthy for you. And I was like, oh. So. Oh my god, how to drink Kool-Aid? I'm in Canada. Is Kool-Aid not popular in Canada? What drink do y'all have then? Y'all have like bagged milk over there. Y'all look kind of weird. Y'all do have waterproof money though, so you know I'll give y'all that. So many Julian Smith videos to fit any conversation. Who's Julian Smith? Once again, the instructions to make Kool-Aid should not include boiling water. Exactly. I stand with that. I stand with that. And I'll die on that hill. Why would you? Because, like, here's my issue, right? I'm kind of like the person who will take the shortest distance, right? Funny story, actually. One time I was in ROTC, and I was training for this, like, kind of summer camp that we were going to go to, and I think all the squadrons were kind of competitive, but ours especially because we were the ones hosting it, and so the instructors will literally tell us we're the ones hosting it, so we have to make all y'all look like at least decently good, so we can't have y'all falling out, or, you know, like, getting, like, not being able to make it. In front of all the other schools because that'll make us look bad, so they would make us, you know, do kind of like a training camp before the actual summer camp. None of the other schools had to do this, so we would run a mile every morning for like every week except for the weekends, like I think for 3 weeks leading up to the summer camp. And so one time we were running, right, and like here's the thing, I am very persistent, right? I will keep doing, and I have like a pretty good amount of endurance, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna take the longest way possible, right? So at one point we're coming back, we're getting into like the little what do they call it? Like the pad or whatever that we would do drill on. We were coming back, and like when I'm talking about we would run the mile, well, it wasn't really running, it was more so like marching it in formation, but we weren't marching, we were kind of jogging in place, going at like, everyone was going at the same pace, but that means that we weren't going fast to where we were running, but we weren't going slow to where we were walking. It was this painful middle that I hated so much. But, you know, I don't know, maybe it's my, like, need to not seem really weak. So I would just, like, keep pushing myself despite, like, being really tired. So because of that, I have really good endurance. But that was, like, down the street. So we would have to go at that pace along the sidewalk all the way to the track or whatever. And then from there, we would do it for 1 mile around the track. And then we would jog all the way back, maintaining that same pace. It was actually painful. And so one day we were getting back, and then we were all in, like, you know, the formation or whatever. And I was on, like, the edge or whatever. And I was really tired. And I was like, we were having to go around this, like, little place where they had the dumpsters or whatever, and we were kind of taking the long way to the left, and I was like, but there's a shortcut to the right. We're headed the same way. And I know this isn't, you know, what the whole thing is about. And I got kind of yelled at because of it, but I got out of the formation and I started, like, running through the other side, and the squadron leader was, like, yelling after me. He was like, Paprika, get back in the formation, Paprika, where are you going, Paprika? And I was like I was all out of breath. I was like, I'm going over there. And so, like, I met them, like, I just went around the thing, and I was like, I was just going around, this is shorter distance. And so that's the type of person I am. I'm very, you know, I have endurance, and I'm willing to persevere, right, and work hard, and I will do that work. But if there's a shorter route, damn hell, I'm gonna take it. Like, why would I go the longer route when I'm already tired? Oh, I'm dead. It just doesn't make any sense to me, so that's what I do. Maybe not the best, but, you know, like, if I was leading the flight or whatever, which I'm not a huge fan of leadership positions, but if I were leading them, I would have took them a shorter route, because it seems to make more sense. You know, you want to get to a place, you want to get there, you know, as long as it doesn't cost you anything, the fastest. And they were just going the long route, and so I was like, it's gonna lead to the same results, why would I do the longer route? And so, you know. Oh my god. I'll stand and die in the house saying Kool-Aid should not be boiled. Exactly. Okay, it's only some of us, not all of us. I don't drink bagged milk, but I usually don't drink milk as a whole, technically. But if you were getting milk, would you get it in bagged? Is, I guess, what we need to bring up. Welcome in, Doozits. Happy Tuesday. Hope your day's going well, if not, it gets better. Oh, I'm dead. Forget cheers. 24. Yeah, it's been a bit of a catchphrase. I don't know what's been going on with, like, my tracking, but every now and then we're just like, and it'll die. Oh my gosh, now I have fun. I can finally set custom thumbnails. Yo! Also in Mexico, they bag their soda and milk. See, y'all say that, but, like, anytime that I've been there, they haven't. Like, they have boxed milk, but, like, that's not even that uncommon in the US. So there's that. And if anything, for the sodas, what they do, they actually have a really cool program. So they give you it in glass bottles, right? But in order to help recycling, what you do is, once you're done, because I sell you it by case, once you're done with the case, if you save all the glass bottles and you bring them back to the manufacturing facility, or, like, you know, the place where they sell you the soda, they will swap out, and I think you get a discount, that, or they give you them for free, but I'm pretty sure it's just a discount. And so they'll give you, like, a discounted price on the soda, and that's what my mom's family does in Mexico. So, like, that's pretty neat. So I don't know, that's what they do, and I think it's pretty cool. Because over here, you know, you buy a plastic bottle of soda, and once you're done, you can recycle it if you want, but we're not doing shit for you, buddy, you know. I don't think there's, like, too many programs like that in the US. But yeah. Oh my god, let's go to the quote channel. Okay, I see Google. What are we talking about? Oh, yeah. We're talking about a lot. You know, it's a yapping stream. It's a certified yapper stream. Let's see, let's do a quick rundown here. What all did we talk about? I failed a test really bad. I failed a test so bad that they didn't even let me finish the test before they told me that I failed, and they said maybe we'll let you retake it, but, like, in the email they said, yeah, you know, you can retake it if you need to. So I don't know what that's about. I planted corn with my dad today, and we were growing potatoes. We finally harvested one of the plants of potatoes. It only had one potato, which is weird because usually potato plants grow from, like, 5 to 10 potatoes per plant. So it's really strange, but my dad cooked it, and I was eating a taco earlier with, it was egg, potato, and tortilla, and it was really good. So, you know, successful potato grown and harvested. We planted melons too, but my melons, like whenever my melons. We planted cantaloupe, but what's sprouting is cucumbers, but I don't recall planting cucumbers in the way that we planted it. So we planted more melon, or at least the packaging said melon. So maybe we'll have cucumber, maybe we'll have melon. I don't really know. I messed up my garlic planting. I planted too much stuff around it, and so now we pulled one. It looked very tiny, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to grow anymore, but we put it back just in case. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I fucked up my garlic plants. Yep, already said that. I stayed up late drawing last night because my dad was snoring really loud and I couldn't sleep, so then I stayed up and then I woke up late, and that's why I had trouble focusing today. And one time I was drawing because I was like doing a kind of test sketch thingy for this position that I applied for, and I was assuming that like the role that they were gonna have me in may require to talk with people and make conversations. So I was like, let me test my conversation skills, and I kind of started chatting to myself, and I was kind of like role playing, like, oh well, what kind of questions would they ask, what questions would I ask them, what would make good conversation, and I was doing that. And then once I got to the end, I realized like, oh, I'm by myself in a room and I'm not talking to people, and I was having like a pretty good conversation, so it got kind of sad because I was like, damn. And then we also talked about tea and what kind of tea I like, and then my tea plants that are getting updates on Twitter, and then boiling water, and what type of tea I like. I like chai tea, and I also like Lipton lemon tea, and I don't boil the water for my tea because you don't need to, and I think it's kind of dumb. And like why, if you're making cold iced tea, do you boil water and then you make it cold? Like that just, I know that there's like, oh, science and it extracts more of the flavor, but it tastes about the same to me, so I'm not gonna do that. That's an extra step. And then they brought up boiling Kool-Aid, and then that's why I was like, oh well, do y'all boil the water for your Kool-Aid? And now we're here. So yeah, that's a whole summary. I think I didn't miss anything. Really just stop switching between streams. Oh my god. Yeah, endurance is my entire health plan. One time I got really sick to the point where I felt like I was drunk and literally could not walk straight. Refused to go to the nurse. That's not good. Pick a broke formation. I did. Wait, hold on. I gotta scroll up. Just saw looking through my illusion, made some fan art of me. A bit more than oh wow. Let's see. I felt that though. Sometimes I miss stuff and I'm like, oh my bad. One thing I learned how to make glass art. Ooh, yeah, the little like glass stuff. Not glass blown, but like the what are they called? Mosaics. That's what they're called. Let's see. Broke formation. Paprika. Oh my god. She likes TT. I've had to run with a group, and they saw a shorter route. She broke formation, kept running a shorter route. Big guy yelling at her to come back. Yeah. So I was, on the one hand, I'm like, oh, well, they basically just said the whole story, but, you know, it's about the details, you know. So we were training for a summer camp, and I guess the information about all that isn't technical. See, this is the type of stuff that I have to cut out in my editing whenever I'm like editing shorts and stuff, because I'll be like, oh well, I feel like it's necessary, because for me it is necessary to know that like, oh, there's a little bit of a backstory as to why we were training, because, you know, it's because our school wanted to look better than all the other schools because we were the ones hosting it, even though all the other schools didn't do this training, right? Because I feel like, I don't know, that's just like something that's neat to know, so that's why I'm like, oh, I wouldn't tell you that, right? But anyways, we were doing a training, and like it was basically a lot of running, and it's not even like running, full on running. It's this like painful speed between like walking, jogging in place, and like running. So it's just like very uncomfortable, and I struggle to keep up with it, and like I already am not a physically fit person, so it's just not great for me. And we had to go to like a track that was already a mile, but like we had to like do that same speed to, oh, I'm dead. Do that same speed to the track, do the track run or whatever, and then come back. And so it was not great. And so by the time we were arriving, I was really tired, and I saw like a shortcut or whatever, and I thought, well, we're going to the same place, so I broke formation to go through that route. And then the squadron leader got like kind of mad at me, and he was like, Paprika, come back, Paprika, fall back, where are you going, Paprika? You know, he was like kind of not super angry, but like, you know, he was using his commander voice, which is not a great sign for me. I didn't actually get in trouble for it, because, you know, I didn't technically do anything bad, and I think they didn't really care. Maybe we were a little too tired to care, but like it was probably fine. Oh my god. Have a nice lurk, lazy eggs. Oh my god, I'm opening Clip Studio. Already drawing Clip Studio twins. Oh my god. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was that big of a deal, you know. I mean, yeah, I understand why he was yelling, because it was like, you know, he could have gotten in trouble if I just decided to walk home for some reason after all that exercise. And like, I guess it wasn't 100% clear that like I was just going to meet them on the other side, because like, why would anyone do that? But to me it was shorter, so I was like, yeah, I'll just go this way. Yeah, baby! That's what I'm waiting for. Ah, man. But yeah, so there's that. I don't even have that one on the list, but I'll pretend I did and like scratch it off. There you go. Oh yeah, and I talked about my tea plant. They're growing big now. Not super duper big, but like they're above the top of a little like plant pot thingy that I have them in. So, you know, like 2 weeks from now, I may need to transplant them, and I'm so excited. But yeah, that's the tea plant update. Oh, man, I posted pics on Twitter if you want to see. I want to get away, if anyone knows of a bot to like have like to where I can connect it to my Twitter, so that way it'll like make a post in oh sorry, I'm moving shit out a lot, but it'll make a post every time I make a post in Twitter in like a Discord channel, to kind of like notify people, to where people can at least see the preview of the tweet, so that way they don't have to necessarily have Twitter or, you know, like be on it constantly to see all that, because like I get it, I don't like, you know, keeping up with all the social medias, and that's why that's why I don't keep up with my Instagram account, because there's not a way to schedule posts. If there was a way to schedule posts on Instagram, I would be like kind of on that, you know, like not too much, but you know, I would definitely be like a lot more prominent on there. But Instagram, it only like allows you to post stuff right at that moment. Like it doesn't allow you to like, oh, schedule this post for this time, you know. So like, the funny thing, actually, majority of my Twitter posts, and mainly I say this, but it's like majority of the like, hey, I'm live right now, those are all scheduled. I schedule them at the beginning of the week, because why would I like set up all this stuff for stream, you know, like troubleshoot anything that goes wrong at the last minute, and then have to like, you know, think about, oh, how am I gonna advertise my live stream? Like, no, because no. I only have Twitter because Pep and Luco. Ah, nice. So then, yeah, you've seen it, right? They're going pretty big. I'm really proud. I check in like once a year and see the most horrid thing immediately. Oh, really? I don't see a lot of too many bad things. But then again, y'all have kind of seen it, like the type of stuff that I'm into in general. So like, you know, maybe our definition of the most horrid thing is different. You know what they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure, or in our case, one pepper's horrid experience is this maned wolf's every day. Oh my god. But yeah, I just follow a bunch of artists and VTubers, and that's it. Honestly, that's it. I don't get a whole bunch on my feed. Alright. I want to say that I do, but really only if I let it pile up. If I'm on there too often, then I get really bored of it, and then I don't touch it for like almost 3 weeks. It's bad. I made 2 ramen noodle cups. I can only finish 1. Why'd you make 2? How'd you? Because like there's no way to accidentally make 2. Unless you like open one and then forget that you're gonna make it, and then open the second one and start to make it, and then realize you open the first one, and then you make both because there's no way to like save the stuff, and then now you have 2 but you only wanted 1. Maybe because I was hungry. No, not hungry. Oh, I've done that shit before. I made more food than I was really hungry for. I'll be like super duper hungry, and I'll be like, oh my god, I could eat a horse. I'm so hungry, I could eat at Arby's. And then like I'll make a shit ton of food, and then like from then I'll sit down and I'll start like munching, and I'm devouring it until I'm not, and then I still have like half the plate, and I'm like, well. And there's like the even worse uncomfortable ones where it's like, it's not a half, it's not a quarter, it's not an eighth, but it's like a 16th of the portion of food that you serve still left. So it's like, it doesn't feel like enough to warrant putting it up for later, but also it's not enough to warrant like, oh, it's fine, it's only a bit, and like, you know, throwing the plate away, you know? So like, I hate those moments. I hate those. I'm like, whenever I have like 2 tortillas left over and like, you know, a 16th of the plate, I'm like, oh man. And like, if my brothers are over, usually from there I'll just be like, hey guys, you want to eat this? And usually they'll be like, okay. Or I'll kind of convince them like, oh, I'm so full, and like I just need someone to help me finish it. And they're like, okay, you know, that. Or if I'm lucky, my dad will be here, and then I'll be like, hey, when's the last time you ate? Oh man. But yeah, you should make 1.5 here. I'll eat it always for credit later. Big brain. Oh, I'm so hungry. I could eat my toxic friend bullshit. which is a lot. Something I've said before. Oh my god. There's this one thing that I said that I feel like is the same thing. Not the exact same thing, but like in the same vein as like what you said, where it's like, oh my god. So, I guess I can have a little bit, oh, I'm dead. I can have a little bit of context as to what was going on with it, but I was in class, right? And, our professor was like going on and on and on about something that was unrelated to the lesson and kind of borderline not interesting, right? So I was just so tired that day. And we had a group chat, right, with all my other classmates that I was friends with, right? And so we would like occasionally be like, oh, that's crazy, did you hear him say this? Because sometimes he would say some like kind of crazy shit, but like we wouldn't say anything because like, shit, this is just a college class, it's not even that big of a deal, right? And so I was really tired. We were all kind of like really tired in the class that day, and so I sent in the group chat, the professor's not in there or anything, and it's not like a school sanctioned group chat, so it was fine. It was just like a Discord group chat between all of us. But I said, I kind of feel like I need to sneeze, and if I do, I hope I sneeze so fucking hard my head lurches forward so fucking fast that I slam into the desk, instantly knocking myself unconscious. So yeah. It feels like in the same vein, and I just like, I remember that one every so often, and I just like I feel like that's the most funny I'll ever be. Oh my god. Welcome in, out of service. Happy Tuesday. Hope your day's going well. If not, I hope it gets better. This is sort of for us with yapping. Yeah, he was yapping, but like he yapped often, and sometimes about things that like low-key, if we would report him to the counselors, he wouldn't have a job anymore. And so, you know, we just kind of like, we didn't care. We didn't care all that much. So we're just like, okay, all right, you know, we'll let you yap. And some like it was a kind of basic class. It was just like, oh, you know, stuff about Photoshop, right? But like he would go on and on about this stuff, but then he would give us a reading that would say like the exact same thing. Then we'd have to do a lab that taught us the exact same thing. So it was just like, we didn't pay attention too much. Slapstick Rika is great. It's Yaps Day. It is. You're blessed today. Yep, today became a yapping day. Pep has a dad sneeze. Yeah, he does. Wait, no. Wait, I thought you meant Pep Dad has a dad sneeze. I guess I kind of do. I mean, like, not that like, oh, I want to have like a little girly like achoo sneeze or anything, but like, I don't know, I have a painful sneeze. Same thing with my hiccups. They used to be normal, but now like they get painful, cause like I'll sneeze and I'm like, oh Jesus, you know. You've heard of what is it, post nut clarity? You've heard of post yap clarity? Get ready for post sneeze clarity. That's what I get. I'm like, oh god damn. Oh my god. I don't really say today is Tuesday, but I guess yapping counts too. Exactly. I was born with a dad sneeze. Damn, that sucks then. I think, never mind, actually, my sneezes may have always been bad, but usually they used to like trigger at normal spots, you know, like, oh, I was inside a building and outside now it's even more sunnier, and now, you know, achoo. But like recently I've been getting like weird ones where it's just like I'll be at my desk and all of a sudden I'm like, oh. The other day too, because like my dad says sometimes like whenever he gets overwhelmed with like a sneeze, or not a sneeze, overwhelmed with like a smell, so like a specific seasoning, or like if we spray off too much, right, like the bug spray, then it'll mess with his nose, and so he'll become even more sensitive to any of the spices and stuff that he uses. And so like one time we were outside, and so we used the bug spray, and then once we got back inside, he started cooking and he became even more sensitive to like the stuff, and he's also really sensitive to pepper. But he needed to sneeze, right? And so he was sneezing and sneezing and sneezing and sneezing, and like my dad, like, he sneezes in bunches of three or four, right? Sometimes we even get like 5 sneezes, right, if we're going really crazy that day. But he sneezed like a good 7-8 times. I was like, damn, you know, what's up with him? And then he came over like to my room later, and then he was like, he was telling me something, and he like kept sneezing. It was so funny, like so cartoonish, where he was like right, like so fucking cartoonish. And so I was like, you know, I was laughing at him because it was funny. And then like after he finished saying or whatever, it kind of calmed down, and I don't know what the fuck happened, but all of a sudden I started getting those sneezes. I was like Oh my god, he started laughing at me. He was like, see, it's not so funny now. And I was like, ugh. Oh my god. Now that is a comparison. Wait, comparison with what? My nose will hurt often. I was born with... Oh, yeah. I now know what the comparison was. Born with a dash and my nose will hurt often. Yeah, those shits are powerful, man. They, like, knock the air out of me. That's why I'm always like, huh, because I gotta, like, catch my breath, you know? Oh, man, but it clears my stuffiness from allergy. Oh, that's good. So I'm good with it. I have a sneeze so loud that we make Skyrim jokes about it. Oh my god, you sneeze a little too hard, you died. The coughs have been getting more and more rancid, though. You got those, like, old man coughs are like... Oh my god. I'm usually, like, good to where my voice, like, if it starts going out, I just do, like, you know, stuff like that. But, like, every now and then when I start getting really, really sick, I'll have to, like, you know, like, hacking up a lung. Every now and then I have to deal with that. But usually it's pretty rare. So, you know, I've been kind of lucky. Oh, Paprika is like 123 years old, so it's expected of her to have horrid cough. I don't have a horrid cough. I don't. I have a normal cough. Because I was gonna say, like, oh, I have a super feminine, super nice and cute cough, but I don't even know what that would be. How does one cough while sounding so cute? You don't. Because that doesn't clear shit. You gotta have like a strong cough. You know, you cough and then you're like, damn, they have... Never mind, let me stop. About to make some jokes that I make with my friends, which would be fine, but it's just like, I don't know, it's not the image that I want to have, so I'm like, oh, we must maintain, like, decent image. Our our social credit score will go down. Oh my god. Now if I cough, it dries my throat, and I can't get it undry. Oh, I felt that shit whenever your throat's dry, and it, like, stays dry, and you're just like, oh, please help. Oh my god. Sometimes it gets so bad that there's like a pain in your back of your throat and you're like, oh, kill me. Kill me. Decent image. Yeah, you know, I'm not going too crazy. I'm not like, oh, they have to adore me. They have to love me. No, like, it's just good enough. You know, just good enough to where like, ah, Paprika, she's funny. I'll take it. I'll take it. I will take that. Oh my god, a fly on your throat. Yeah, like that. Like there's something in the back of your throat. Shit sucks. And it's not even like a frog where it's like, oh, my throat's dead. You know, it's like literally something in the back of your throat. You're just like, oh man, if I could stick a toothbrush far enough back there, I would like scrub it till it's not itchy. You know what I mean? Like I've thought about it every now and then, but I have like, is it okay to say this? Don't be weird about it, but like I have like a very sensitive gag reflex. So it's like, you know, that's never gonna happen. Oh man, now I can put my full attention to y'all. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. It's always whenever I'm like, ah, it's probably fine. You just don't dwell on it too much and move on, and then you'll be fine. And then someone's like, what? I put it, fucking quote jar, man. Just like having a paper trail, it's the worst. Oh my god. I don't have a gag. Somebody quote that. I don't know how the sword people do it. Yeah, I remember there was one video where it's like, oh, you ever wonder how the sword people like swallow the swords, right? And there's two videos that I saw of it. One was like, oh, well, it's a trick sword. They press it on their tongue, and it's like those fake daggers where they like push in, you know? So one said that, and another said, well, the way they do that is, and then he reaches his hand into his mouth and he pulls out a scabbard from there. So I don't know. I have two very contradicting, what is it? Not opinions, but, you know, like, guides, maybe? I don't know. Either way, I'm not gonna be one of those swords people. I will keep my sword on my hip or my back, thank you. If I ever do get a sword, which I probably won't, because that's just kind of a hassle to carry around. Oh, man. I guess you don't have a decent image yet. So, what? Oh, decent image. Yeah, see? See, I have, like, a decent image. I still, bring in, like, a regular crowd. Speaking of regular crowd. Okay, so for the most part, the comments that I get on videos tend to be, like, relatively normal, right? Occasionally, I'll have, like, one weirdo that'll go through and like all of my recent videos. I have their name, but I'm not gonna name them because I'm nice, right? Not that it's weird, it's just like, I don't know, I find it kind of unnerving, and they've commented before that like, hey, add me back, hey, I would have talked to you, and it's just like, I don't trust that, you know? So, you know, that's why I call them a weirdo. But for the most part, they tend to be normal. They'll respond to like whatever, you know, subject my videos are about, blah, blah, blah. There was one comment, and it's the only comment so far that I've had to delete. Not because it was bad, and not because it was particularly mean. It was just because, like, I don't know, the way it felt, that comment, it made me kind of angry. But like, okay, just hear me out, right? It was on the short where I was like, oh yeah, you know, I struggle to make friends, and I think it was the one where like I was like, oh, I have proof that it's scary to go up to people because, you know, they told me no and they looked at me in disgust, and I was like kind of like very sad about it. And then from there, you know, that now I'm scared to make friends, right? He commented, I'm assuming it's a he, but you know, maybe it was a she, but it felt like a he, sorry guys. But it was like, man, how do you say it? Gen Z problems are so stupid, I think he said, right? Stupid is a very pointed word. Not that I'm like, oh, you can't, like, I can call myself stupid, but if someone else who I don't know calls me stupid, it feels like very pointed, you know? It's definitely like, kind of like how the B word is used, how bitches use, like, if you're very close, you can call them like, bitch, don't say that, you know? But if you're not close, it can come off as very rude, right? And so they said like, oh, it's very stupid. And here's my issue with it, right? I understand that like, if they had said, you know, this issue's kind of dumb, and explained like, you know, it's really not that big of a deal, you know, some people you just don't vibe with, it would have been perfectly okay. I would have been like, wow, this is a very detailed answer, thank you for that, right? But they made it very pointed, and then they said it to a certain demographic, right? What if I wasn't in that demographic? Do you think millennials never had issues making friends? Do you think people from Gen X or baby boomers never had like that social anxiety? Like, how stupid do you have to be like, oh, Gen X problems are so, or not, sorry, not Gen X, but Gen Z problems are so dumb or so stupid. You know, it's like, it kept getting me angry because I was like, what about it makes it a secluded issue? That just seems very ignorant, you know? And not as in like, oh, you have to be woke, you know, the gay frogs are all on it, you know? It's not that. It's just like, there's a better way to respond to that in like saying the same things, like, don't think about it too hard. Because I'm assuming that's what they're trying to say, right? There's some more, I'm like scrounging for some type of like, oh, well, he's not that bad. They're not that bad. But it just kept infuriating me so much that I was like, I want to respond to it, but I can't find a way to respond to it to where I've put enough thought into it to reflect what I'm trying to say. So rather than that, I just deleted it. Because why think about it too much, you know? And it's not like it addressed any real issue, and it's not like it presented any real issue. So it wasn't that big of a deal. So I deleted it. So there's a little internet courtesy for y'all. Some things, yes, they'll make me angry. Y'all know me, I'm relatively chill. Sometimes I'll get a little upset, but even when I'm upset, I'm like, I know I have a little bit of the reason as to, you know, why, I don't know, a little bit of, maybe not blame, but, you know, like, I tend to be very logical. But that doesn't mean I have to address any issue, or every issue that, you know, I can address. So, just don't if you don't have to. So, yeah. But yeah, I wanted to talk about it, because it was just like, it's very rude, right? I say, am I a weirdo? Keep popping up more? Because you keep popping up. No, that's, it's not you, don't worry. Trust me, I know regulars, and I know, like, weirdos. And y'all are two very different breeds, so don't worry. It's very pretty infuriating. Lady start trying dancing and croaking. I love it. Oh my god. Welcome in, that guy. Oh, you know, with fragments at quiet in class, starting around. Yeah. Sorry guys, I'm reading up because I felt bad because I just kind of like was zoned in, and that's specifically why I didn't want to respond to it, because I knew like it was something that like for some reason just kept like poking me, and I kept feeling like I wanted to respond to it in a sarcastic and kind of passive aggressive way, and I don't like doing that. I don't like being like that because that's not the nicest way to do it, especially whenever it's like a newer person. it's not the type of way that I want to be. And sometimes I can misread things. I mean, y'all have seen it more than a couple of times where I misread it in a tone that is not supposed to be read in. And then from there, it just like, I make it kind of pointed in a way that they didn't mean it. And I don't want to lash out on someone for no reason, you know? But that one, I couldn't find a better way to read it. So that's why I was like, I don't know, I feel like they're lashing out for no reason. And it makes me want to lash back. But like, I've learned firsthand, that's not the way to approach issues. You know, when everyone's yelling, no one's listening. So that's why I just, you know, I doubt they really wanted to like, there wasn't any issue to resolve really. So that's why I was just like, I'll do the bigger thing. I'll delete it. That way I'm the only one who's mad at it. And that's it. And it dies with me, you know? Oh my god. Oh, bye cereal. Sorry, I wasn't able to like say hi, but bye-bye. Let's see. Oh my goodness, I hate it when people do that. Like any people. Yeah. For a good life lesson. Yeah, they had a point. They had no point to it, just wanted to get a reaction. Kind of want to make an inside joke now. Just comment on every new video. As long as you had like some type of emoji, I think, at the end. If you're gonna post sarcastic comments like that, I love sarcasm, right? I find it really funny every now and then. Like, oh, you know, you're in the restroom and like, what are you doing in there? It's like, oh, I'm mowing the lawn. Like, what the fuck you think I'm doing, man? You know? But like, if you want to post sarcastic comments, that's fine. And if anything, I laugh at some of them sometimes, because sometimes I'm assuming they're sarcastic, but maybe sometimes, you know, maybe they're not. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure most of them are sarcastic. But if you want to make sure that I know, feel free to put like an emoji there. You know, some funny emoji, like a giraffe, a zebra, a flower, a sparkling heart. You know, it's just, that always breaks it up. It's like a contradiction. Not contradiction, but like a... There's a word for it, but it's like, it adds contrast to it, so that way they're like, oh, okay, they're not being serious. Oh my god, a leg, exactly. No, it's not me. Yeah, it's not you. Regular, but I tried to be so regular to give anyone the creeps. Yeah, no, like, let's see. Okay, let me pull up a page here, and I'm gonna try to name all the regulars that I know. I'm sorry if I miss anybody, and you feel like you've been here regularly enough. I have shit memory, okay? So, let's see. We have Duzits, of course, I'm sure we all know. And then we have Year, which we all know. And then we have Baku, of course, and Lazy Eggs. Baku, Lazy Eggs. And we have Ubu Kalism. Kalism. I even know how to spell your names, so, like, be flattered. Audrey is pretty regular. And so is Zozo. Audrey, Zozo, Julissa too. Julissa. Let's see. I know Zorro has been popping out pretty recently. Zorro's wife, aka they changed her name to Vanellope. Vanellope. Who else? I know there's more. Give me a second. Hold on, let me think. Chatters I've interacted with. There's one, Helldiver. They're pretty new, pretty recent. That guy too, I see them a lot at Luco's. And then they'll come over here occasionally and it's like, oh, I know you, we know Luco. Helldiver. And that guy. There we go. Let's see. Adopted and considered regular. I'm honored. Yeah, see, if you pop over like regularly enough, I will remember. I know there's more. See, did I write Godzilla? No, I haven't wrote Godzilla. I know they're there. Oh, Unimo too. Yes, you're very, very much a regular. Unimo, Godzilla, Zilla. There we go. Who else? Yeah, the dude's its peace sign. Oh my god. Let's see. Who else would be regular? Let me think. I know there's more. Do I pop up enough? Yeah, you're at the top. You're like number 3. It's not ranked, but I'm just saying like the ones that first came to my mind were Duzits and Year, and then it was Baku following as a close third, and then Lazy Eggs, Vocalism, Audrey, Zozo, Julissa, Vanellope, Helldiver, that guy, Godzilla, Unimo. There's... Oh, Cell will pop in occasionally. Cell the Snake, and then... you know who pops in every now and then? Who is it? Their name used to be... Their name... They were the Bean. They were the one who made me the Bean. Their name was like... Oh, Whooper too, or Whopper or something like that. There's someone who's been popping in like... not too regularly, but I've seen them like at least maybe 3 times, and I'm always like, oh, it's that one, but I don't remember their name. Wiffle? Oh yeah, Wiffle was the one that made the bean. Yeah, they're I think like relatively regular. Cheddar and Gas, I think they pop in not regularly enough though, because they're just like, they're friends that come in, so I feel like they don't count as regulars because they come in like every blue moon and they're like, hey, we're gonna bully you for a bit, and then they'll go, you know? I think Luca would count as a regular too. Oh shit, can't stay for long, but I just wanted to sympathize with your opinion on the Gen Z comment story. Never feel bad about deleting comments, take pleasure in it, it's cathartic. Yeah, I felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders whenever I did that, because I wanted to respond because it kept like bothering me enough to where it's like, oh man, whenever they bother me a lot, which is very rare. For the most part, like all of y'all who comment, y'all are nice. I never have any issues, and whenever I do, usually it's like something very small that I'm able to like, that usually it's not even an issue. So yeah, but yeah, that one, it just kept getting to me, and it was like, ah, man. And so whenever they get to me enough, that's whenever I'll respond. Maybe they're like super funny, or maybe they're like really mean, which is very rare. But that one was just like, I don't know, there's something about it. I think it was because it was like, it's meant to be prickly, but at nowhere in particular. So it was just like, I don't know where to even begin with, and that's why I was like, I spent like more than like a day thinking about how to respond to it, and I could only think of like equally sarcastic or mean ways to respond, and I'm like, no, because that's not the type of person that I want to be. So yeah. Oh man, some mean commenters. Yeah, I haven't gotten too many mean ones. I don't know if it's because I added like the filters very early on to where it's like, you can't comment this, you can't comment that, but like, I haven't had too many issues with that. So that's why I think like it's always kind of surprising whenever I do get any issues, because I'm like, oh man, I don't have to deal with these often. Oh man. Let's see. Hey Pep, if anything happens, ban or delete it. Yeah, I will. Yeah, don't worry. If anything, like you remember that one time that we streamed and there were like people that came in, and that's why I have the off chat on chat feature now, right? Yeah, remember that day? Those accounts are all banned, right? So like, don't worry, I do handle my stuff when I need to. I'm a mod. But like, I do this stuff, so never worry about like, oh, what if she gets bullied and like, oh, she can't handle it. Like, funny thing actually, there's a short that's gonna come out soon about that. I'm stronger than a lot more people think, because you know, I've had to toughen out. I've had to deal with some like pretty stressful stuff before. So, you know, this isn't, I mean, technically it is my first rodeo, but I'm more prepared than y'all would think, because y'all know me, I research before going in. So it's very rare that I fly blind. Oh man. Stupid bones and mean comments I'll respond to, but most are just so lame. They'll be like one-word insults. I haven't gotten any of those. I've been so lucky. Those I just delete because they annoy other commenters. Yeah. Like, I think maybe one time I got one like cringe. There was one. There's actually been this one person recently. And like, here's the thing. I like responding to things that are kind of like, I think they're making fun of me in like an equally fun way, right? Because I kind of like joking like that in a way. Like, not that I like being bullied, okay? But like, I don't know, I joke that way with my friends, and like, it's a lot harder to annoy me. I like to make it a lot harder to annoy me. So there was like one person that commented like cool on like a fuck ton of my posts, and it was just one word, cool. And there wasn't any issue, but it was like, why are they commenting so much? You know, it's kind of like freaky a little bit. So, you know, rather than not say anything or like all of them or anything like that, I replied to each one of them that I could find, and I just responded with cool and a different emoji to show that it wasn't just like a copy and paste thing. I went through and I read each of them, and I, you know, put that because I like doing that. I like messing with people like that. That's the type of, you know, like way that I want to respond to stuff like that. And if there's a comment that doesn't really allow me to respond to it like that, then, you know, that's whenever I get rid of it. Oh my god. I think I was here for the hate raid. That crap sucks. I've also gotten one. It wasn't terrible, but just really annoying. Yeah, because it's like, why? What do y'all get out of it? I think there was one other one too that I experienced where it was like, we were sent by someone named Burger or something like that, and I looked it up like after stream, and it is someone who like, I think was like roughly mixed into that, but like, here's the thing. I know that like, I'm pretty small. Who would care enough? And what have I done to make someone care enough to do that. Because, you know, it takes a little bit of work. So, like, why? And so that's why I was like, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure they're just like, you know, little trolls or something. Like, oh, let's mess with this anime girl. It'll be funny. Oh my gosh. It's pretty hard to annoy me too. Once I get mad though, my friends are no longer smiling. Haha, yikes. Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten mad at my friends, because usually, like, I keep it lighthearted, because there haven't been too many things where I'm, like, super adamant about, and when I am, then, you know, they, like, it's not that I get mad, it's just they're like, oh, okay, these are things that we see differently, and then that's it. You don't have to, like, see eye to eye with everybody, and I understand that. But, yeah, I don't know what exactly my point was gonna be there. Oh, man, what's the topic? I'm saying... we're talking about kind of like this one comment that I got that, like, I had to delete because I was like, ugh, because, you know, I don't want to be the type of person to be like, oh, I'm gonna fight you, because I don't know, I don't like just fighting off the spot. If I'm gonna fight someone, it's gonna be because, like, for a reason that I genuinely believe in and, like, would want to die on that hill, and it just wasn't a thing like that. See, anyone who wants clout by attaching their name to hate raids is the biggest kind of loser. Yeah, because, like, what type of community are you going to have that's going to like that, you know? That's only going to be people who like chasing people with pitchforks, and, like, it's only going to be, like, people like that, who like constantly chasing people with a pitchfork and, you know, doing witch hunts. You think they don't point to each other every now and then and do that? Like, listen, I don't want to talk too much on it because, like, I don't want to get that type of attention. But it's just, like, I don't know, it just kind of seems, how to say it, not natural, but, like, obvious, you know? If that's all they do, when they run out of people to do it to, you think they're not going to turn to each other? What sets you apart from the people that they chase? Other than the reason. And all they have to do is find one, and Lord knows that they can make one up sometimes. So just, like... I don't know, man. I'd rather be remembered for, like, a stupid meme that I made. Oh my god. It's usually a bad day. It's nice talking about it. Yeah, it is. Oh my god. The thumbs up emoji is seen as passive aggressive according to an article that I found. I think it's funny. Of course I've been using it. Oh, I did not know that. I use it a lot. Because, like, I don't know. I think it's just like a... You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, hold on. Dude, man. GIF. It reminds me of this. This is what I think. And I think it's funny. So, like, that's why I put it, because I'm just like, yeah, you know? So, like, not necessarily in the way that he's saying where he's like, oh, I'm so annoying, like, do it. I'm gonna do it. Like, literally just like, yeah. That's how I use it. So, apparently, I've been passive aggressive to a lot of people. Oh my gosh. Let's see, I did miss it, but I really understood what little power some people have. Reports suck, and don't happen fast enough. Yeah, oh my gosh, you and I are the same way. I try to keep lighthearted, make my friends smile, so me getting angry at something you have to be aware of. Yeah, someone who got banned, live service game, match report is valid. Oh, the issue with those people, because we were not a people, inclusion is always the same. Exactly. Well, I'll be going to look more. Thanks for the stream. Hope your rest of the night is good. Hope we have a good rest of the night too. Bye bye, Prez. I could do. Look, check it out. I could salute. Good night, Prez! You know, I forgot who it was. I think it was LazyX who pointed out, like, oh, Paprika is never able to salute very serious, so I'll try and salute seriously. Just my serious face. I'm doing a serious salute. Sorry, I'm giggly. I'm only giggly here, you know that? I don't giggle too much in real life. Actually, that's not true. I get very nervous, and so I get the nervous giggles. Oh my god. Over here I get the, like, normal giggles though. You know, I notice it a lot whenever I'm, like, editing and stuff. Whenever I'm like, oh, like, let me go watch the VOD to take notes, to improve and stuff. And I'm just like, damn, I giggle, like, every 5 seconds. And I'll just, like, just imagine Pep aggressively pointing at the screen to, like, pre-Pep, you know, stream Pep. And I'm just like, can you stop giggling for 5 minutes? Oh my gosh. But yeah. That's annoying, Seb. Did you get your stuff back? Wait, what? I did nothing to report. Uh-oh. See, I'm pretty sure yeah, that one. Yeah, that day. It was so weird. I didn't know why it happened, because I was like, that's kind of weird. Why would it happen on today? And then, like, I looked at the date and I'm like, oh, that's why. So it's just so weird. Oh my god. Let's see. Salute. Amazing. Thank you. Yeah. My serious salute. I know, right? That's a serious face? That's as serious as I can get, man. I mean, I could. Oh god. That's terrifying. Oh, that's also terrifying. Oh, that's even more terrifying, actually. I can do that. Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got. Nah, my chair's all wet. It's been a little while since I've had water. Alright, I will take a sip. 1 minute, I think. Wait, I think tea. Oh, we've been going for a hot minute. I was only supposed to do like 10. What, 10? I was only supposed to go till 10 to do like 2 hours or so. But, you know, I'll stay on for a little bit longer. I'm feeling nice. I'm feeling good. The way that I should drink water. I'm normally giggly, so I can't relate. Yeah, no, like, so like, I think I have 3 stages, right? So one is like NPC stage, where it's like, maybe my dad is hanging out with his friends and I'm there because, you know, we're like doing an activity together, right? So like the other day we were sowing seeds in the new garden beds that we had, right? And so his friends were there and, you know, they were talking, they were cracking jokes, and every now and then I'd laugh at the jokes because, you know, my dad and his roommate are the funniest people ever. Well, not maybe ever, but like they have jokes that are like really funny. They'll do this like comic bit. I don't know if it's like a Spanish type of type of comedic thing, but it's kind of like those duo jokes where it's like, oh, it's because like, okay, let's say maybe like, I'm so hungry I could eat a horse, and someone else is like, or the other one's like, and like the main one would be like, what was that? And they were like, the horse. And I don't know, I think that's really funny. I think that's really dumb and really funny. They'll do that for like a lot of the things, and so like they always make me laugh, right? And so that's kind of like the jokes that they're having. So, you know, they're joking or whatever, and I'm there, but like I'm not an active member of the conversation because they were speaking in Spanish and I get tongue-tied very easily in Spanish. So that's why, you know, I was just like kind of standing there, kind of NPC mode, and like every now and then, you know, like if they would ask me a question, I'd kind of answer. And whenever they started including me in the conversation, which only one of them did, and it was kind of like, oh, what are your future plans? Like I appreciated the gesture, but also on the one hand, or on the other hand, I really would have liked them to have kept me out of the conversation because like I try and respond in Spanish sometimes and I get even more tongue-tied and then I get embarrassed. But I get this like very like quiet tone, like, oh, well, you know, I studied this and I did this, and what I'm looking for is something like this, and I've experienced doing that, and I have this like very like nervous tone, you know, and I don't like it. I want to be like very, you know, the same way that I am with y'all, where I'm just like, you know, charismatic and like a little bit jokey, a little bit fun. I want to enjoy it, but I get nervous and anxious, and so that's why I'm like, oh, you know, so something like this, and like I just like I'm very, you know, like dry texting. I'm like that, but in real life, if I don't know you and I'm not close enough to you and you're not telling like funny enough jokes, and it's not, especially if it's in Spanish, because like I want to get better at Spanish to where I can do it, because I think it's very like they have a lot of funny jokes in Spanish that I want to be able to participate in that just don't work as easily in English, but I can only say them in English because I can't pronounce it in Spanish. So yeah, what was I talking about? Oh my god. Let's see, depending on how long I go, I'm gonna try to stay up. I shouldn't be on for too much longer. At most, we'll be here for like another... I'm fucked. I'm fine. I'm boiled. It's so over. I realize I have like work due. Because I need to get like a short out today, but I haven't edited it. Alright, anyways. But yeah, we shouldn't be too long. Let's see. That's a spirit. I hope you find it even better. You deserve it. Yeah, maybe my friends do that. Same here. The only reason my parents brought me over was merely out of convenience. To gonna have a great stream. Bye bye, that guy. Have a good day. Bye bye. Drink your milk, eat your vegetables, don't talk to strangers, or at least try and best judgment. Yeah, there it goes. It's so over. I scroll down for 1 second. I see Neurosama. Wait, Neurosama? Who said that? I don't see it. Spanish is a great language. I would learn it, but Finnish and Icelandic seem too interesting for me to ignore. Yeah, I see that. I see that. That drawing I did will haunt me. I think it's really cute. I don't know. I would want to make like a plush toy of it. Oh my god. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So first mode NPC, second mode is like nervous. Oh, I didn't even talk about first mode NPC. I sit there and I just kind of like nod along, or I'll laugh along, but I'm very much NPC. I don't really participate in the conversation. So like in that moment, my dad was the one sowing the seeds because like I didn't have gloves and I didn't want to get in the way. I am very like, okay, one thing that would happen a lot to me is my mom, she would be like, hey, come help me with this, or like, come hold this. And so I would hold it, and then she would be doing the thing, and if I would try to help, sometimes I would kind of like get in the way. Not to where she would be like, get out of the way, you're in the way, but I would just feel like I was in the way, or she'd be like, no, 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 don't do it like that, do it like this. And it was to the point where she would kind of take over doing it. So then I started learning that, like, oh, well, I don't want to overcrowd her, you know? So that's why I started kind of like backing off. And so now I do that with like a lot of people. If, you know, like even with friends, if there's something that they're doing and, you know, I want to help them, I'll be like near them, but I'll be like, if you need me to grab something, I'll go grab it, you know, like, oh, do you need gloves? Do you need a light? Do you want me to hold the light? You know, I'll do that, but I'll never like get too close to them because I'm like, oh, I don't want to overcrowd them, you know? And I kind of do that because, like, in a way, like, I would get it if I were in their shoes. I would feel bad to constantly have to tell them, like, hey, can you scoot back? Hey, can you move that way? Hey, you're in the way, can you move? You know, I would hate to do that. So that's why I'm just like, okay, let me save them the trouble, and I'll just like stay off to the side, and I'll stay here, not do anything, kind of stare at them to show like, hey, I'm here in support. If you need me, I'm here, you know? But like I don't know what to actually do, so I just stand there, and it comes off as very awkward. And this happens a lot. This is a very big issue with me in physical environment workplaces. They will kind of like get unnerved by me just standing there with nothing to do, just staring at them. It's not like I'm staring them down like, oh, assign me work, give me work to do, I'm staring at you. You know, it's not like that. It's just me kind of like, you know, there, you know. I'll try not to make too much eye contact, you know, just kind of standing like, oh. Even if they ask me like, hey, you know, what are you doing? It's like, oh, I finished my work. Or like what I'll do is usually they'll tell me like, hey, go do, you know, task A. And I will go and I will do task A. And once I'm done, I'm like, hey, I'm done with this. Do you need me to do anything else? And they're like, no, for the most part, just hang around. And so I'll hang around because I don't know what else to do. So I hang around. And then I make them nervous because I'm just hanging around there. And then they're like, hey, can you like go hang out somewhere else? And it's like, oh, okay. All right. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's NPC pep. And then there's, you know, like nervous pep. And then the final form, which hardly anybody gets to, is, you know, the one that you see, the streamer pep, right? The yapping pep. She comes out, you know, on stream, and whenever there's like kind of not really a reaction, like whenever I'm talking, majority of what I see is just me. So like on my facial expression, I'm like, and stuff like that. I'm watching myself talk. And it's the same thing almost like whenever I talked in the mirror, or whenever I do talk in the mirror, it feels kind of like I'm talking with someone else, and they're kind of on the same vibe as me. So I just like, you know, I'm encouraged to keep talking. And that's why occasionally I'll like look over and like, oh, what are they saying? I'm sorry for that. It's just like, because if I focus on that too much, I feel like it feels like I'm reading off of somewhere, and I don't want it to look like that, so I just like look straight forward. But also, whenever I'm remembering stuff, I look to the side, which also looks like I'm reading from a thing. So it's very weird. I never know where to look for this. But yeah, that also comes out in real life whenever it's like any public speaking type of thing that I actually am able to successfully hype myself up for. One time I was in ROTC, and there was like this like leadership training thing that we had to go to, and one of them was like, hey, give a presentation on any topic and argue your point for, you know, that topic, right? And so what I did, or what I'd drawn from like the little, it was like a hat or something, you know, it was like, oh, you know, just randomized, right? And so I had gotten the topic of like why we should wear our clothes backwards. And so I, you know, for the most part in the class, I'd been, you know, NPC Paprika, where I just, you know, did not talk to anyone, and I was very quiet. And when it got to be my turn, I guess they expected, because I, you know, look at me. I give off the vibes of like, oh, she's a nervous, shy little girl, and she's, you know, she's gonna like start crying up there, and we're gonna feel bad for pushing her to do public speaking, because of course she doesn't want to do public speaking. Look at her, she's just a little guy. But y'all know better. I'm a yapper. I'm a built yapper. I just need a moment to yap, you know? And so I went up there, and I was, you know, like, yeah, you know, this is why, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, you know, I had a little bit of like the nervous sweats, but, you know, I was like, oh, I know what my plan is. And I said it, and I was like, like, oh, the reason, I think my reason was, this was years ago, but I was like, oh yeah, you know, we should wear our clothes backwards because then we could always confuse our enemies, because they'll be like, oh, there's this person and they're coming towards me and they don't see me yet, and I'll jump out at them from behind and then I'll freak them out and I'll mug them, and they won't even be expecting that you're wearing your clothes backwards, and that way you'll be able to jump them before they jump you, you know, stuff like that. And I was going on and I was being kind of charismatic, and I was like, look, just imagine, you know, you have a jacket and you know you're a person walking and you're walking backwards to like even more confuse them, never let them know your next move, you know. I was yapping and yapping and yapping, and like eventually, you know, my time ended because I think we had to talk for like 5 minutes, I want to say, and then, you know, I ran out of time, and then they were like, you know, everybody clapped and stuff, and then the teacher pulled me aside and they were like, we're surprised you were actually able to do that. We thought you were gonna like wimp out or something. Like, good job, that was really impressive. And I was like, you fool, you absolute buffoon. Oh my gosh. But yeah, let's see, at most I think stream will last till 12 a.m. It won't last that long. Actually, what time is it for you? Then it'll depend. Neurons are hurting as always. Scroll down, see your recommended AI streamers taking over YouTube algorithm. Yeah, I know who she is. I think it's because finally I'm getting like categorized as VTuber. I think YouTube, like, they haven't categorized me yet. They don't know what I am yet. It kind of happens automatically. Like, you know how when you look at VTuber and you'll see like a lot of prominent figures, right? If they get categorized correctly, then they get categorized as that. Meanwhile, if you search up like gaming, you know, you'll get other prominent gaming, like Minecraft gaming. You'll get a lot of prominent Minecraft gamers, right? So if you're categorized correctly, then you'll be categorized as that. I haven't been categorized yet, so I will be everywhere and promote everything. Oh man, because until I figure out a way to keep myself in one brand, I will be everywhere doing anything because I can and I like it. To be taking nothing seriously. Are we going to understand more of why deer stand in the middle of traffic? What? Oh my god. Drawing, same man is spacing out, like so much in every direction, they think I'm sorry. Yes, yeah, Rika. Don't like confronting the thing in the mirror. Various streamers get more comfortable speaking to the chat than other people. Dubbed as introverted VTuber syndrome. Yeah. I think it's because, like, we don't have a facial expression to look at. So, like, even in moments where I'm yapping, and it's something about, like, it's a topic that y'all give two shits about, right? Like, y'all don't care. Okay, here's a little bit of like insider knowledge, insider secrets. But like when you start off streaming, right, and I'm not to say that I have like a bunch of experience, but I've been doing this for like a year, so I think I have like a little bit of a grasp on what's going on, right? When you start off, you know, make the mistake maybe of having the number showing, right? And so as you're talking, you know, you start talking about one thing that you're super passionate about and you have a lot of knowledge on, and you see a number go from, if you even have anyone watching, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now there's only one person listening. Who knows if they're even listening? Maybe they muted you a while ago. And so now you're just talking to yourself, and now you feel bad. Because if you look at it like that, then it's, imagine you have 3 friends in front of you, you're talking to them. One looks at their phone, walks away. The other one looks to the side, walks away. The last one, they're not even facing you. They haven't said anything. So you don't know if they're really listening. So you feel bad. So that's why you gotta cover the number. That's what I do a lot, because if I look at the numbers, and I feel kind of sad, but I enjoy talking about stuff, and y'all, I mean, from the looks of it, if not, y'all are fooling me, that y'all enjoy hearing about some of this stuff. And the thing is, sometimes it's certain people will come in, and they're just not the right crowd for you. And that's okay. Not everyone, you know, just like in real life, not everyone's gonna like you. So, you know, naturally, there's gonna be people who click in, maybe because they think the model's cute, maybe because they like the game. And they see, you know, like you talking about it, and they're like, I don't like your voice. I don't like your model. I think your audio's too loud. I think you're not talking enough. I think I want you to scream more, you know, something like that. And so for whatever reason, they'll click off, and that's okay. It shouldn't be a personal thing. It should just be, they don't like you, and that's it. And so, you know, you have to be able to push through, like, feeling that. And so there's a lot of ways online to make it to where you don't notice that, so that you can keep that personality coming out, and then the people who actually enjoy your personality will find you. You know, of course, there's a way to like expedite that. If you market yourself correctly, if you have yourself well branded, if you're able to promote yourself, then you'll find that crowd a lot faster. But if you don't do that, and like me, are really bad at it, then it takes a while to find that crowd. And I don't know where I was going with this, but yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, that's why, you know, you see a lot of the introverted thing, because like we can talk about whatever, and as long as we don't like keep a close eye on the number, or like aren't too keen on like, oh, let me read everything while I'm saying it, then we'll be fine, and we will entertain ourselves. And that's how you do it, you know? But if you keep too close of an eye, which is kind of what you have to do in real life in social situations, because it's kind of like, you know, frowned upon to talk about something that no one cares about and have them kind of like walk away and you to continue talking about it. But in online spaces, it's a lot easier to do that and continue doing that and not get, you know, kind of, what is it, like slapped on the wrist for it, maybe? I don't know what it's really called. You know, there's no points deducted from your social score by doing that online. Oh my god, it's 11:23 or 23:23. Oh, then yeah, maybe it will last for till 12 for you. Oh my god, public speaking is a death sentence for me unless I can sprinkle in a little bit of comedy. Oh yeah, I think comedy is always like a good thing to sprinkle in. It's not as much as you can, but you know, like crack a little joke every now and then, or like giggle a little bit to kind of soften the thing, because people like it. Public speaking, if I don't have to memorize it, my speech impediment shows up, memorizing statistics and stuff. I felt that. I suck at memorizing stuff. There was one time, right, that I'd gone on this youth leadership thing, and at the end, kind of like our payment back to the school is we had to give a speech in front of like the school board or whatever, right? And so they made us like write, you know, whatever we're gonna say, what our speech was gonna be about. So I wrote mine, right? I'm really good at writing essays. I'm not so good at reading them and memorizing them. I usually like reading off a thing, but that seemed very unprofessional, and they were like, hey, you know, can you try and memorize it? And so yeah, I implemented the strategies that I usually do to memorize my entire thing, and I did memorize it. Comes the day that I have to do the speech, and I got too nervous where I forgot all of it. So I was trying to like, you know, remember it, and I couldn't, and I knew that that was not gonna work. So I was like, fuck it, you know, we're just gonna what's it called? Raw dog it. There's another word for it that's better, but I can't think of it right now, right? But we're just gonna go with the flow, or fly crazy. Welcome in, Gooey. How are you doing? Hope your day's going well. I hope it's better. Happy Tuesday. We're talking about public speaking. But anyways, I was giving the speech and I couldn't remember it, so I was like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna do my best. And so I did, and I screwed it up so bad. I felt like that kid, you know that meme where it's like, when you wish and you win, when you want and you wish you could do anything? It felt like that. It was really bad. I really fucked it. Like, it was not good. Oh my gosh, and I was so embarrassed, but like they didn't say anything, but they also didn't, you know, like, oh, that was a great speech, which, you know, I get, or I would have gotten if, you know, I had been able to do it correctly. But yeah, you know, it happens sometimes. Just, you know that there will always be another chance. Agumi has appeared. It has. Oh man, you keep adding that word to your lexicon. I know I keep saying I'm horrible at public speaking, right? I just came back. I keep forgetting the word. What's the word? It's not go with the flow, but it's something similar. Said the VTuber typical battle I just witnessed. Guess in 1984. Oh my god. Don't lose your tail if you keep your tailbone. Have some pride. Lose face. I don't think that's it. I heard situations and hearing messes. In public, hard to listen. Yeah, that's true. Yapping. Well, yeah, but this one's like dedicated to just yapping, so I don't have to like juggle the, oh, I'm, you know, trying to be good at the game, but I'm also like, you know, talking about what I'm talking about. Now I can just focus, and so you can see that it is not actually an excuse that like, oh guys, sorry, it's because I'm playing the game. It's actually just because I cannot remember anything. Oh my gosh, dude, I was the only one that could add oral reports, and everyone else went on cards, and I just spoke. Yeah, see, what works for me is like if I have bullet points that I can go through. Like whenever I would do slides, right, like Google Slides, I rocked Google Slides presentations because it would have like cues for me, you know. It would be like they'd have images up there that I put on the slides so that I could remember certain topics, and from there I'd be like, oh, this thing and this thing and this thing, and like I would put a meme thing in there that would, you know, like on click do this, right? And so I would click and it would do that, and I'm like, ah, this is a joke that I wanted to say for this, and like, ta-da, charismatic joke, and everybody like, ha 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 ha, right? And I'd get the crowd on my side, right? I could do that. But when it comes to something that like that one was literally like that public speaking event in front of the school board was just me at a podium with nothing, Like no notes, no nothing. And so I sat there and I was like, I cannot remember. I blinked, and I blink a lot. I blink a lot, actually. There's been a couple times that I'm like, oh, I have this great idea for like a short, and then I take too long to like pull up all the recording equipment, and then by the time I start recording, I'm just like, I don't remember what I was going to talk about. There's one video that I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I'm going to talk about a bunch of opinions of this, right? And so I started getting into one, and I was like, cold sweats. Cold sweats are bad. And then I tried to think of like, okay, what else do I have to say about it? And I was like, I don't got anything. They're just bad. I don't like them. Because I'm cold, and then I'm warm, and then I'm cold, and it's just not great. I don't like being both of those at once, which you can be. You know, you can be on fire and feel the extremities of heat, but you can also be like frozen and feel the extremities of frostbite. You can do those simultaneously. So like if you have frostbite and you set your finger on fire, you will feel both the burning pain and the frostbite pain. So yeah, don't do that. Oh my god. Oh, is Discord not working? Uh-oh. The Discord is in the description. Oh, hey, the duck's working now. Oh my god. But yeah, Stream Elements is having like a thing, so I don't know, it's not really working. I tried switching over like majority of the commands. So I think lurk should work. And also, what else? I actually don't remember. I did it yesterday, but I don't remember. Oh my god, I just simply isolate myself and do as little interactions as possible with people. Honestly, it works, kind of. Oh, by the way, did you see it? New mini Paprika comic in Discord. Ah, I have not seen it. Oh man, I got the hiccups now. It's fine, it's stage 1, where they don't hurt. Lurk should work. Yeah, lurk should work. Hold on, I just realized something. What Vocaloid in your cup there? Oh, it's Sakura Miku. Yeah. It was gonna be Miku originally, but the artist that the fucking yawn got me. The artist that I was having do it, they were making Miku like radioactive green, and I was like, oh man, the color's kind of bad, and I didn't want to tell them that, so I was like, hey, actually, do you mind if you make it like Sakura Miku? And they were like, okay, and then they made it, and I was like, yeah, that looks a lot better. The yawn worked, damn it. Oh my god. Lurk should work. Did it work though? Hold on, let me see. It should be exclamation point lurk. That one, oh, echo. That's so weird. I heard it and I was like, who's talking? And I suddenly like stopped to think. Let's see. It should be with Streamlabs now because I changed it. Yeah. See, it works. It does. It does. I changed it to where it's like, oh, they're lurking. Beware. I love Sakura Miku. Right? She's so cute. I think. Do I? No. I bought. So I have a friend who also loves Hatsune Miku just as much as I do, right? And so one Christmas she gave me like her Amazon wishlist, right? And on there was a Sakura Miku figurine, and I'd seen that exact figurine on you know, maybe a site that wasn't super official, right? So I bought it from there, and it was like quite a bit cheaper. Did you know Sakura Miku used to be a purely fan design? Wait, it really? Well, actually, that does make sense. Was the same thing? Is it the same thing for Snow Miku or Racing Miku? Because like those seem like kind of in the same vein, so I wouldn't be surprised if they came like from the same thing. Oh my god. But so I bought a unofficial figurine and I gifted it to my friend, and like I hadn't really like checked over it whenever it got here, so whenever she got it we were putting it together and she was like, man, I don't think they sent you an official thing. And I was like, really? Because like I didn't tell her that I got it off an unofficial site, so like I shouldn't have been surprised, but I was a little surprised. Like, dang it, like apparently it's noticeable enough, because I thought it looked like decent enough. Of course there were like a little things here and there, but honestly a lot of figurines, even official ones, have things where I'm sometimes like, I don't know, like the high-end ones usually not, but like, you know, the more moderately priced ones definitely do have the occasional thing. So I was like, oh really? And she was like, yeah, you know, like this and that. I wonder if she still remembers this. Hold on, let me actually message her, and then I'll let y'all know if she responds before the end of stream. But she was like, yeah, she kind of has like old grandma saggy titties. And so it started becoming like a joke where Miku had saggy titties. Like that was Granny Miku. Oh my god. Hey, let's see. Hey, do you remember me, Miku? With saggy hint. Let's see. I gave you question mark. Let's see if she responds. She's playing Overwatch right now, so she may not respond to me for a couple of hours. Oh my god, I have a Mika figurine on my bed. She's wearing black sleeves, cropped hoodie, cat ears. I have a Christmas Mika plushie. Aw, that's so cute. I know the Christmas one's like super duper cute. Oh my god, I don't have too much paraphernalia because like I'm starting to notice it's probably a good thing that I didn't ever have enough money to like connect as much paraphernalia as I wanted to. Is paraphernalia the right word? I think that means just like stuff, but it might not be. It might not mean the same thing. Hold on, let me. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we're good. Because I know sometimes like they say that for like other kinds of stuff, and I'm like, what if I'm using the wrong word? But yeah, it's probably a good thing because I don't have actually a lot of space. So like the Lego sets that I'm starting to like get every now and then, I'm kind of like, I'm running out of space to put them on. I don't know if I need to hang more shelves or is it okay if you gift Lego sets, like you finish a set? What do people do? Like, okay, I think I made this joke with my brother actually the other day, and I was like, hey, like, I remember whenever I first, because like he knows that I stream, right? And I was like, oh, you know, I remember whenever I first started doing the Legos, I was like, I don't get why people are super into Legos. I think I kind of still stand by my statement, but only because like I can't collect them as much as I can. As much as other people do, because like I realize that's a big thing for people who do Lego sets, where they like have a shelf and they like, oh look, I built this and built that and built this and built that. I build it and then like I enjoy looking at it, but like also it's kind of like, you know, in the same vein as like grandmas, and they have those like tchotchke shelves where it's like, you know, little glass elephants and ceramic animals and stuff like that, where like, you know, you're not allowed to touch that stuff. I feel like it's the same vein. Like that's what's gonna happen to the Lego people now.
This is big brain time.
Oh my god, hold on, I gotta scroll up. I was yapping and I didn't read. It's the only one song by Miku, Lemon Polka. Aw, there's so many more. Donut Hole is one of my personal favorites. But the Cinnamon Roll Miku figure, yes, it's so cards, but I had to freeze my cards? Why do you have to freeze your cards? Let's see. I have a Miku figurine of it. Oh no, wait, I already read that. She probably loves him. Remember when Jaden tried getting that pledge gambled with and that it was a knockoff? I remember that, it was a knockoff. Oh my god, grandma for freaking talking trash about another grandma. I'm just saying, Miku bee! Oh my god. Let's see. I have an augmented reality app on my phone that lets me take pictures of a lot of Vocaloids. I think I had one similar to that. Actually, the PS Vita that I have has like a feature like that. And there was like this app that I got years ago that me and my brother did that. We like, oh look, there's Miku in our hand and stuff like that. It felt like you know those tourists that go by the pyramids and they're like, look, I have the pyramid in my hands, and like, look, I'm taking the Eiffel Tower in my bag, you know, stuff like that. We were kind of doing that, but it was with Miku. And mind you, it wasn't even that good of an MMD of Miku. But like, you know, we enjoyed it. I don't know if we have the pictures anymore, but they were like years ago. But it was really fun. We had a lot of fun. Figure like goes, how screwed up are your nails? Honestly, they're pretty decent right now. I have like one chip in the side of my nail. But other than that, they're pretty okay. They're not painted though, because I keep picking at my nail polish and I haven't repainted them because I'm like, I will only paint them, and I will continue to have this policy. I only paint my nails before I do like hand cam streams, because if I paint it like too early on before the hand cam stream, then I will mess up my nail polish before the hand cam stream, and then I will forget to repaint them, and then it'll be really embarrassing. Oh my god. Only car for Mega Bloks nowadays. They have the Halo franchise and they make in Lego. Oh, that's cool. Miku. Sealing everything Miku. The app I downloaded is called Mikuture, short for Miku Picture. Oh, that's cute. It's in 144p, I bet. Mint condition. Pep out of character. Unforgivable. Wait, what do you mean? Wait, what out of character? I'm always in character. I'm forever in character. What's your favorite Miku song, by the way? I personally love Ghost Roll. Okay. I like Donut Hole, right? And I like a lot of stuff by Pinocchio P, like which one of my favorites by him? I think Nina or Yozurina. Those are two like some of my favorites. But I think if I had to choose like my absolute favorite, that like if I chose this one I could no longer listen to any other Miku songs, I would have to choose Yume Yume, right? And like here's actually, let me go on a little bit of a tangent here, right? So here we go. So Yume Yume, Miku. So it's a really cute song about chasing dreams roughly, and I think the art is really cute, but I don't think they have a like figurine of it, which I'm really disappointed, unless they do. No, they don't. Yeah, so they don't have a figurine, which is a shame because I think it's really really cute. And then like not a lot of people are super into it, so it doesn't have like a ton of covers. Like, you know how songs like Donut Hole recently, is it Donut Hole? Yeah, Donut Hole, they have a ton of covers, right? But if I go on to YouTube, right, the tubes of you, right, if I go here and I search up Yume English cover, there's like I think only 3, and it's just like, it's a shame because I would like to see more, right? Because this is subtitles, not a cover. This one is a cover. This one is not even of Yume Yume. This one is again English lyrics. This one, like, there's not a lot of covers of it, which like a damn shame. I would like to see more covers of the song. Maybe I'll do a cover myself. I doubt it. I need to work up the courage and probably like, what is it, like message them and be like, hey, can I use your translation lyrics? Oh my god, I need to listen to that. It's so cute. When I was younger, I loved Last Night. Ooh, that one's also good. What is it? That one where it's like bum bum ba bum ba da bum da 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 ba da bum 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 ba da 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 bum ba da 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 bum ba da 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 da. I forget what it's called, but it's by Pinocchio P, and it's like a I think 5-minute long song, but I can't remember the name of it. But that one's also good. Oh my god. Do it. We can make Miku pet figurines. Oh my god, do it. Cover. Ooh, man, then I'll have to start looking into it. Oh man, because I know it's not only just like the translation, it's also getting it to fit in the same like tone as it. So I don't know, maybe that'll be my first project, because I've been wanting to get into covers, but then I'm like, oh, I'm not sure what song, and I don't know how to do it, and I need a message to the people that I know, so that way like I can tell them to teach me about mixing, and that way I can learn stuff. Flat Rika. Oh my god. Once I listen to the song, I will make an English cover just for you. Let's go! I will have spawned an English cover. Oh man, I will reach no better peak than this. But we gotta go to the Flat Rika figurine too. Many newcomers are here with Flat Rika memes. Paprika beam! Yeah! Oh my god. Well, now I know what I'm gonna tell my brother. I'm gonna be like, hey, I need you to do another animation. There's so many animations. There's only like 4, I think. 4 animations that I've had him like start working on, and he hasn't finished because like he does animations. He does pretty good animations too. I think I've showed you before. Here, let me pull this to the side, and oh, that's not the right. I don't even know what I pulled. Where's the fridge? Here we go. So I can see that little like phone looking paprika up here at the top. So like right there, right? You'll see her? That was done by my brother. And he hasn't done like too many other ones, but like he actually, hold on, I can't make this much bigger. Right, so you see those little baby photos? I told you I was gonna show them. Let's see, I shouldn't have covered them up that much, but like here's one of a like young paprika, so right there, right? And then here's like a baby paprika with like, that's my younger sibling, right? And then here's like, we have this kind of like thing where I make them brownies a lot, so they know me for brownies. And so they're like, oh yeah, let me draw one of you making brownies, right? And I think there's like, I feel like there was more that they did, but that I don't have anymore. Put this all the way back. There we go. That's, I think, there we go. That's where it was. Was it? Now it looks different. I don't know. I think that was where it is. I don't know. But yeah, so like, my brother does animate. Like he's in a class for it, and his animation teacher says like he's talented. So like, listen, I feel like I pull out my wallet and I like flip out a bunch of photos and I'm like, these are my grandkids. I'm like, these are my siblings. They do cool stuff. He does animation. Your brother does animation? Yeah. Your brother is much more talented than mine. I know. I'm joking. They all have their talents, you know, their specialties. Just ate some brownies. Yo, Pog. I haven't made brownies in forever, though. I've been kind of lazy. Ooh, Paprika baking stream? You know what? My member streams should just be baking streams. I keep, like, wondering what to do for member streams. This should probably be, like, I should do a just chatting for members or something and be like, hey, what do y'all want? What do y'all want from me? Because, like, I don't know if y'all want gaming content. I don't know if y'all want, like, me yapping content. What do y'all want? Brother's animation? Yeah. My brother's really, really cool. It's just, like, I'm happy because, like, he got into art. Actually, I don't know who got into art first. I don't know. We were both in art at the same time, but like I don't know. He does a lot of like the more stylistic stuff, and I really, really like it. So I'm like, you do art so cool though, and he's like, I don't know, man. I think I do art pretty normal. And he's like, I don't think I'm that talented. And I'm like, no, you are. Shut up. Keep doing it. Hey, I'll pay you. Do work for me. That way you'll build up your portfolio without really noticing it. Brother is an artist and an animator. Yeah, he is. Incredible strength just to move fridge around like that. Yeah, you know, I got the pet muscles, patent pending. Oh my god, you're saying you had baking experience. You still made that work. Okay, listen. Most bakers work with a recipe, and they look at the recipe, right? I had no recipe. So, you know, I wasn't sure, and I was eyeballing it, but I'm really bad at eyeballing it. Thus why I usually have the recipe and measuring utensils, which I had an option to have, but Monster said it would be funnier, and it was in fact funnier. So that's why we ended up with a water cake, okay? I don't want my skills questioned when I do have the skills that most bakers do. It's just I didn't have, you know, the support that I needed. Oh my god. He can't gush about his sis being a VTuber. Yeah. He's told, like, some of his close friends, which by that I only mean one, who he kind of treat as, like, another sister. So, like, you know, there's that. But, like, you know, I've told him before, like, hey, don't tell anyone without my approval that I'm a VTuber, because I think that's kind of cringe. Idea. Baking Rika. Exactly, Baking Rika. I think it would be fun, but also the other thing is, like, it's difficult to set up because I need someone to run the computer to make sure it doesn't explode, and then I need to be all the way in the kitchen, which is, like, literally across the house, which isn't far, you know, it's not necessarily a big house, but it's just, like, if something does happen, like, you know, I need to turn off chat for whatever reason, right? I would have to come running back. And what if I'm in the middle of mixing, right? What if I'm mixing our frosting and, you know, I need the stiff peaks and they're not as stiff peaks yet? Or, you know, what if I'm working the dough and I don't want to overwork it or underwork it and then, like, you know, the gluten go bad or something like that, you know? Stuff like that. So that's why it's just kind of like a little more of a hassle. Cobra. What? Oh my god, I need to animate more. I gotta warm up for my animation class at school next year. Yeah, you gotta get started. That way you can, like, flex in front of all the other kids. But it's just stuck in my head, and I can't hum or sing it near my family, because if you know, you know. Poison. Oh, yeah. I remember seeing a TikTok where it was like, oh, what if you're at you're a middle school teacher and you're looking at stuff for the talent show and they, like, sing that song, and, like, what are you supposed to do? It was crazy to hear. Oh, I got my membership ran out already. Sorry, guys, I wasn't able to do much with the membership stuff, but I wasn't sure what to do. I tried doing, like, a couple of cute things, but I only did so many things. Sorry, guys. Did update suggestion Liz and Baku that made, was it croissants? No, I think it was crepes. Ebro has a social? No, not yet. I'm trying to, like, push him towards, sorry, I'm, like, going back and reading stuff way after, but, I'm, like, trying to get him and push him to, like, build a brand and stuff, and he wants to do stuff. He used to have, like, online, like, he did the social medias before me, right? But he did it whenever he was still in his Undertale phase, which, like, if you've had an Undertale phase and, like, posted online about it, and, you know, it's years later, how do you feel about that, right? And so whatever answer you come up with, that's probably the same answer that my brother has. And, like, you know, some of the stuff was kind of funny. So, you know, we have this sibling culture to kind of, like, you know, mess with each other about it, right? And it's funny because, like, sometimes he'll try and do the same thing to me. But here's the thing. I bully myself a lot. So I'll be like, haha, you know, like, you did this thing. And he'll be like, at least I'm not a VTuber online. And I'm like, joke's on you. I bully myself every night about that. I'm already embarrassed, you know? Get to the back of the line. All right? And so, like, he doesn't have dirt on me like I have dirt on him. But yeah, like, he wants to do a whole rebrand, and he's like, you're not allowed to tell anyone, like, who I am, or, you know, where I do art, or send anyone my way until I'm ready. And that was our agreement in order for me to get him to do art for, like, my channel and stuff. Oh my gosh. Scrolling. No, wait. Embrace the cringe. Chat always bullies you. Speaking of. Dang it. My back was just starting to hurt too, but like, I hate getting up and stretching. But yeah, like, it definitely embrace the cringe. Don't be, okay, if you've had a phase, right, which we all have, right? I've had things that I'm not too happy to talk about with y'all about ever, probably, because it's embarrassing. But we all go through it, right? So the important thing is, you know, maybe you don't have to tell the world. Maybe that's not the way for you to face, you know, your cringe. But at least, you know, get it to a point where like you can sleep at night, right? So like at night, you know, you're laying down, right? You're resting, and you think that thing I did years ago, right? And you're like, it was years ago. Oh well. And then you go back to sleep, right? God, this is a horrible time. Oh my god, but like, yeah, you're like, oh no, and you're like, that was years ago. Okay, back to sleep, right? Have it be able to do that, you know, because that's what I do. Mind you, I have to go through like 2 cycles of like, oh, but it was really cringe. It's fine, it was years ago. Oh, but it was so bad, I never want anyone to find out about it. Oh well, it's already done, right? And then yeah, from there, I'll fall asleep. Pep smells like old cheetah. No, I don't! Oh my god, I only keep up with Undertale nowadays for the fan music that's created once in a while. Yeah, fan music is always great. I feel like fan music is always like the stuff that always slaps. Sometimes though, I think there have been, probably, with the way history is, there probably is things that wasn't as good. Those terrible moments when you remember. Yeah, it's like physical pain. Okay, there we go. Stretch has been done. Now I'm missing a sip. Ah, oh, man, I'm back. Oh my god. Drink. All caps. I feel like I'm being threatened here. Hyperbrick, Gladiator. Yeah, I do. What? Glad you're streaming. I just got done doing a drawing I made. Yo, Pog, Julissa. I'm happy to see you here. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. I always like get kind of anxious and like mess up greetings. I had like a whole slogan, but I felt like it was too long, so I'm like, yeah, let me change it up a little. And now I'm just like, oh, I should have stayed the way I was, because now I don't know what to say. But yeah, welcome in. Hope your day's going well. Not everything's better. Happy Tuesday. Yeah. Oh my god. Alright, I'm a dib. Gotta give my ears a break. Alright, bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye. Have a safe day. Drink your milky vegetables. Don't talk to strangers. Really try to pass judgment. You know, there's been a couple times that I try and say bye to people in real life like that. I have to stop myself. I'm like, bye-bye. Have a nice day. Bye. About to give him a whole speech, and I'm like, no, that's my brand. No. I'm just glad I haven't, like, implemented something where it's like, you know, welcome to the Pepper Patch, or like, I will devour you, Pepper, or something like that. Because that would be really embarrassing if a little bit slips out where it's like, drink your milk, eat your vegetables, and I'm like, oh, you know, haha, that was a joke, haha, you know, haha, and you know, they'll be like, haha, that was a weird joke, okay, bye-bye, right? But if I'm like, I will devour you, then they're like, what? And I'll be like, I didn't say anything. What do you mean, what? Oh my god, you're fine for me. I post in Discord channel, by the way. Pog, I will view it after stream because I gotta obey the policy. Despite it being a yapping day, I still have to be like somewhat focused, and I've been failing kind of bad at it actually. But yeah, I gotta not check Discord and stuff. I have really issues with that because like that and Twitter. I think, man, somebody should put up a counter or something that's like, oh, how many times has Bricka said this exact line? But Discord and Twitter are the most like distracting things for me. I'll go on there and I'm just like, oh, let me look at that. Let me look at that. Just as distracting as whenever something's broken and I want to fix it because like in theory it should have an easy fix, but then I take like 5 hours to fix it. Whew, that's bad. YouTuber talk creeping in the lane and single. Literally. Oh my god, it's so bad because it's just like, oh, I don't want to bring up the conversation. There's been a couple times actually that like people around me, they've kind of asked me like, hey, what are you up to nowadays? You know, what are you doing? Do you have a job? And I'm like, no. And they're like, and like every now and then, right? There was one time actually that my aunt was talking to me and she's like, hey, are you busy? And I'm like, oh, I'm kind of doing work right now. I was editing, right? And she was like, oh, you're working now? And I'm like, yeah, kind of. I'm working on this project, right? And so my thing right now, right, my cover story is kind of like, I'm working on a personal project that I can't talk about too much because NDA, or because, you know, it'll be a whole thing when it comes out, maybe. That's my cover story so far. But, you know, this is kind of lacking in some spaces because it's like, okay, well, when is it going to come out? What type of project is it? And it's like, can't say the manager made me sign an NDA. I'm the manager. No NDA was signed except in my heart. Tell my parents I'm doing charity. Right? Because, like, I mean, my dad knows. My mom kind of knows. Oh my god, the other day, my mom was, like, kind of telling my other aunt about it. I have a couple aunts. And she was like, yeah, you know, she does this thing. Like, I don't really know how it got brought up, but like, it's getting kind of scary to post stuff. And listen, I don't mean this in like a mean way or anything, but you know how they've been saying like, oh, TikTok might be banned. There might be a TikTok ban, right? In a way, I kind of like wouldn't be too opposed to it going down. I mean, don't get me wrong, it sucks, and it's a valuable news source for the youth today because that is how I get like a decent amount of my news, right? But it is kind of like keeps me too entertained for a while, and like some of my family follows me on there, and it's just like, I don't want them to see anything that I put, because if I put anything dumb or anything, like if I do any of the trends ever, they'll know. And just that is enough to make me keel over, you know? Oh my god, so I've been kind of like nervous about posting every now and then. I think about it, I'm just kind of like dying, you know? Oh my god. Yeah, big trees come out or not. Yeah, that's true. I got a plan. I'm not ready for heckling. Oh my god. Say to yourself, you're headed to like, please leave me alone. Yeah, exactly. Leave me alone. They're following me, and then like they'll like a video that I just posted. I have only used YouTube Shorts. Yeah, YouTube Shorts is where it's at. I don't think any of my family, except for like my siblings, which like are you know, they're approved to follow me, and I think like some of my friends, like the close ones, they follow me, and like that's about it. But like even then, man, I jump scare myself sometimes. I don't know if anyone's like done content creation. Maybe Gumi, do you get this occasionally where like you'll be scrolling through the shorts or something, wherever it be, like TikTok or YouTube? It's happened to me for both, and every now and then on Instagram, and like I'll be scrolling. And then, like, I'll scroll, and I don't process things fast enough, right? So I see, like, paprika, and I don't think of anything right away, and then I'll start talking, and I'm like, why do I hate this all of a sudden? And I'm like, oh, God, it's me. And, like, it's not that bad if I'm home alone, right? Like, to where, like, I'm on my phone, and I have the speaker on or whatever, to where, like, it's loud. And then, like, honestly, I can't sit through it kind of by myself, because I think it's kind of, like, not that it's cringe, but I cringe at myself for like, oh, what, you watching your own short to give yourself an ego boost? Baby, like, you didn't have enough fun editing it? Like, oh man, you're such a narcissist. And it's like, no, I don't know. I think like, you know, it would be good for like the algorithm or something. So like I have to put my phone on silent, put it upside down, wait enough to where like it's watched the entire thing and then scrolled away, right? That, or if I have it out loud and other people are here, I have to scroll past it. I will like, my guts will clench because I'm just like, oh, no. No, I'm trying to do things. How dare I? Oh my god. I can see it already. Pepsi's a great one. Uncle follows me on Twitter. I'm very scared of posting anything. Right? It freaks me out of posting anything. Look at that. I just finished editing the video, so yay. Pog! I don't use TikTok. I don't trust it. Same goes for X, except I still use X. Bruh. Oh my god. Bye-bye, eggs. Let's see. Down the spot. Same. Well, except I do. Deny. Start talking about frogs in the throat, they'll see it. Yeah! I'm gonna go job interview. I'll get some rest. Oh, bye-bye, Julissa! Was it good luck on your interview? Bye-bye! Wait, we weren't supposed to end an hour ago? Or am I schizo? We have talked for too long. We are. Okay. Alright, this is the last thing. Actually, let me see. Did I go through all the bullet points that I did? Nope. Nope, I did not. I had like 3 more bullet points to get through. Yippee! Oh my god, I watch your shorts. What? I watch my shorts preemptively as they come out, so YouTube doesn't recommend it. That's smart. I need to start doing that because I get like recommended them every now and then. And on TikTok, I hate it the most because they'll be like it's not actually recommending me stuff because of the algorithm. It's just like, hey, do you want to make this an advertisement? Because this is how it would look if it was an advertisement. It's like, I don't care. I don't want it as an advertisement. You think I have money for advertising? What are you, insane? I'm a VTuber. A one-man VTuber. What type of, huh? But yeah. Oh my god. No, Pep, 24-hour stream. Let's go. Sleepover stream. I want to do a stream. Y'all actually like inspired me the other day. I want to do a stream where it's just like me trying to fall asleep for 3 hours, right? So it's like we're Wikipediaing, Googling, yeah, that sounds better. Googling like how to fall asleep fast, right? And the goal of the stream is to make me fall asleep within 3 hours, right? So like maybe it wouldn't exactly be a 3-hour stream. Maybe it'd be like if I successfully fall asleep, it might be like a 5-hour stream, or like 3.5 hour probably. I don't know how comfortable I can be here, but I think it would be funny to like see how fast I can fall asleep. But then again, maybe not the best. I don't know, I just think it would be funny. 3-hour yapping stream is real. It's a thing. It could have always been a thing. And see, that's why I don't want to implement too much yapping streams, because it's kind of like meeting with friends every day. Eventually you'll run out of things to talk about. So that's why I'm like, I kind of want to like hold off a little bit, because then I can do stuff, or because then I can talk. Because then whenever I do the other streams and I do the 15 minutes of warming up, then I have stuff to talk about, you know? Because if I spill all my cards at once, then what'll I talk about? And trust me, like, I enjoy sitting in silence much as the next person with, like, my friends and such, but I don't think it's the way y'all want to go, because y'all have seen me sit in silence sometimes, and it's really awkward. So my friend, apparently, y'all remember the one that I sent? Hey, do you remember the Maggie with the, not the Maggie, the Miku with the saggy tits that I gave you? She sent back 4 question marks, so she does not remember. So yeah, there's the update on that. Oh my god, I'm gonna hop off now because I was supposed to be in bed like 2 minutes ago. Anyways, I'm gonna let my dog in and go to sleep. Bye bye, Audrey. Be safe. I hate TikTok. I'll never use it. I don't have TikTok? Oh wow. Okay, yeah, then that's probably for the best. Honestly, TikTok's algorithm is really, really good. Like, oh my god. So like Instagram, if you watch one video of a thing, right? So for me, it's the freaking it's the freaking inspirational things where it's like, you have yourself a good day because you want to, you know, and like, oh, you know, the reason why you're scared to start on the thing that you want to start on is because you're scared that you'll fail. So like, here's the thing, if you start on it anyways, then, you know, blah 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 blah, right? Inspirational thing, and that's why you should get it done now, right? Like I watch those and I'm like, yeah, you're right, and I'll scroll anyways, and then it'll be like 5 more of those, and then I'll be like, ah, man. And it's only those that it happens with. Like, none of the other things, if I watch it thoroughly, I mean, maybe occasionally, sometimes the meme ones, but it's just like very rare. And whenever I do follow like the meme rabbit holes, it eventually leads me to like videos that aren't even in my language and not even in Spanish. So it's really weird. So Instagram's not super great with that. YouTube Shorts is kind of okay, but kind of not. Like, you have to curate it a lot more, where it's like, oh, I will subscribe to you because I want your content. I will not subscribe to you because I don't want your content, you know, stuff like that. But TikTok, it goes in your mind. It knows what you want to watch. And at night, for some reason, that keeps being scary stuff, so I can't watch TikTok at night. And then in the daytime, I will girl rot so bad. I'll watch like clips of shows. God, clips of shows are the worst because they always get like the best clips. So it's just like I sit there all entertained and I'm not even watching an actual show. You know, I'm just watching clips of a show. And it's just like, ah, damn. And I stay there like a hot minute. Every can run out of things to say. Unbelievable. You would think, right? But it's only because I'm smart and I like pace them out. You know, that's why I go into detail. That's why I'm able to like yap. Because if I just had like, how was it? Let's see. Let me bring up a bullet point that, okay, so the corn run, right? I went through and I described to you, oh, you know, my dad came home and we went to go work outside, and I didn't even tell you all the jokes that he made, right? But, you know, we went outside in the process of planting it and like, you know, telling y'all about corn, right? If I had just said the story without any detail and stuff and like just made an objective point about it, I would have said, my dad got home, we planted corn like we said we would. That's it. Who likes that story? No one. That's a boring story. What you got, like, the thing about stories is it's about, like, the lead up to it, right? That's why those situations are funny, or that's why you remember them, or, you know, it's informational or something like that. You have to give it, like, a point. And I enjoy doing that, and I automatically do it. So that's why I enjoy telling stories. But, what was I talking about? Thought you were gonna end, but now you really gotta, oh, yeah, I gotta end stream, you're right. But yeah, essentially, that's why I like telling stories, because I say a lot, and that's how I'm always with stories, because extend them by a lot. Oh, it seems like we want to. No, we're leaving. It's done. It's done. So you must be on the wrong side of the algorithm. I only follow artists and block a billion things that I didn't want to see and get our things. Ah, oh, damn. I don't have enough strength to curate that. Even shorts used to be like that for me, but now it's better. Well, that's good. Oh my god. Maybe I need to curate it a little better. Let's see. This is really gonna go. Bye bye, lazy eggs. Drink your milky vegetables. Don't talk to strangers. Really try to spend time. Bye bye. Oh my god. Yeah, so I guess the Discord command didn't work. Did I disable it? I might have disabled it. But anyways, I will find that out off stream. I will go ahead and let y'all go. I feel like a teacher releasing y'all. I'm like, oh, it's time for dismissal now. Bye-bye. Get out of my hair, kids. I don't want to see y'all. Here we go. Okay, now we're here. And let me lower this and put this here. There we go. Let's see. I've just been drawing and editing. Ooh, nice. Releasing the peppers is dangerous. I know, but it must be done. The world must always have like a frequent weft. Yeah, that's a word. Weft of peppers. Just to know what we're capable of. Oh my god, I know dudes are still here, but anybody else? Oh yeah, people are here. They're just they got to the point where they're just like it's that meme of like two friends and one of them is like yapping and the other one's listening and they have a smile on their face. Yeah. That's us for real, for real. Weft, I was gonna say influx, but I think weft is a word. Now I gotta Google it. Hold on. Last thing we're learning. Is weft a word? Definition. I spelled definition wrong. Of weft. Dang it. Okay, so apparently it means crosswire threads on a loom over and under which the threads will warp. What threads the warp are past the cloth. So it also means waft, which means pass or cause or pass easily through, as if through the air. So I guess kind of. It didn't really, but you know, it is what it is. It's too late. Waft. Yeah, apparently it's like another form of that. Oh my god, Pep about to release those rapscallions. Exactly. Oh my god. If you wondered what that was the sound of me quickly skimming reading a comment to see like, okay, is there anything there? Alright, with that, thank you all so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed. Drink your milk, eat your vegetables, don't talk to strangers or at least try to pass judgment. I will release you all into the void of the world, and before that I will drink water. Alright, I will see y'all tomorrow, or maybe not. It's fine. God damn, stop beating me up! Oh my god, but I may see some of y'all tomorrow for the art stream. Anyways, bye-bye! Bye-bye! Okay, let me do Alt 2, and then Alt this. Maybe, or Alt 1. That should be fine. There we go. Alright, there's my goodbye. Goodbye! Bye-bye! Bye-bye! I need to find the thing. Oh wait, I have a button for it. Bye-bye! Bye! Oh my god. Alright, let me find the button. Here it is. Bye-bye! For real this time, for real.